Okay, here we are again. Let the intro play out, and then we'll get going. And I would love to see the top of my Twitter feed so I can see that yes, it did in fact publish. Now I can go back down. There we go. Gary must have been on his break. So there's like 40 things retweeted on my feed. Read those later, Gary. Okay, there we go. Now I can look at chat. Hey Marie, how's it going? How were you not late? You were late to starting your exercise 2 hours ago, but you still got 11,000 steps in. There you go. Doesn't matter if you're late as long as you get those steps in. Why does it always look like there's a second person in the elevator with me in this intro? It's weird. Maybe it's my dad. Good amount to start up again on since you took a 3-day break. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, sometimes you work back up to it, but if you can, you know, resume pretty much exactly where you were, then yeah, that's always a good thing. So, this is good. $10K steps is like 800-ish calories burned for you, and that helps. You know, that'll set you a little bit closer to your target. So, keep burning calories like that, and you'll be there in no time. That's what I think as a non-nutritionist. Oh boy. Most of the time, when I talk about health stuff, don't trust a word I say, but do trust the sentiment. Because I am not a doctor. But I am glad that everyone is working towards their health goals. Hey, Lifeblood, how's it going? Welcome back as well. You are here as a viewer, yes. And I'm about to be a player once Shadow Lugia is done screeching at me. There you go. Leave it at this. You have about a 1,600 calorie budget daily. Burning half of your budget is pretty good. Yes, that is pretty good, because again, that'll help you reach your target weight faster. Don't try to reach it too fast, because you do need some calories in you to make sure you can, you know, survive through the day, but I mean, I'm sure you've already got that on lock. You've been doing it for a little while, so you've kind of got a feel at this point, I would imagine, for how many calories you need in order to make it through the day, so. And Conker's here as well. It's going good, Conker. How's it going for you there? We are just about to get started. As a matter of fact, I will do it as soon as the music is done going through the cycle. Okay, so back here, because we have some purifying to do. We also have to go back to Pyrite Coliseum, because there's still 3 rounds of combat to do there, but that'll be a little easier to do now that we'll have 4 combatants, and that'll be more experience that we can spread around. And there is something else that we're supposed to be doing right now. I think it has to do with talking to the mayor for something, but I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure if it's important, it'll come back. It's no big deal. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, the stream edition. Last time, we were redirected to Realgam Tower, where we played a whole bunch of mini-games after saving ONBS from a takeover from Cypher. And today we need to purify the haul that we got from that little takeover. So we're going to go and do that right about now, because there's 4 here, and then I've also got Ralts in my party to purify, so we'll do that. So, you're going for 10 pounds a month, you'll reach your goal at around June or July. Well, there you go. Reach your other goal by your birthday next year. You're still kind of sick, better, but still sick. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear you're feeling a little bit better, but that's good. And yeah, like I said, getting closer to your goals, always a good thing there, especially when it comes to targets for weight loss. Like it's a big milestone, so. Niece and nephew are here, but have been told to stay away. Yeah, just in case, you know, don't want to get the little ones sick. Looking at the protagonist in this menu makes me wonder what gender the protagonist really has. I mean, I guess there is a little, maybe, androgyny there. I don't know. I always identified them as male, but I suppose you could identify them differently if that's your fancy. Depends on who you are and how you look at them, I suppose. For purifying Makihita, we get Brick Break and Refresh back. And And it already got Rock Tomb as a move from Purification. If we were to look at it, it has it. But we'll look at it later, because now we got to purify the other 3, and then we'll purify Ralts. And I got Ralts a little bit of experience in the process of purifying it. I went ahead to the dueling square and battled everybody there about once each. I think one of them I battled twice, and then Ralts was ready to be purified, so it didn't really take a whole lot. But I probably got a decent chunk of experience out of it, so. Purifying Vulpix, we get Heat Wave and Charm back, so that's not too bad. I think Vulpix can get Will-O-Wisp by using the move relearner in this one, if I remember right. I could be wrong, though. It depends on, excuse me, what Vulpix's Gen 3 moveset looked like. So, I suppose you could use Will-O-Wisp instead of Charm, but Charm is 100% accurate, so it's up to you. So, yeah, you get Heat Wave this early from Vulpix, so it's pretty good. It's like almost like having Surf in the early game in Coliseum, except it's Fire type. So, but there's a couple of Pokemon I think right around now that regain Helping Hand. Case in point, here's one right here to help out with getting Heat Wave to be more powerful. Also gets Shadow Ball just by purifying it, so you can use that TM that we get later on something else. And there you go. Now you know how valuable these Pokemon really were back then. Yeah, they've all got some pretty good moves, that's for sure. Not easy to get Heat Wave otherwise. Have to do, I think, like, at least one chain of breeding to get Vulpix to get it before. Well, no, because probably you can get that from Torkoal, but I don't know if Torkoal's in the same egg group. It's been a while since I've done any breeding, so I'd have to look it up. Sometimes it's interesting to try and pay attention to how the NPCs refer to the protagonist, see if he has an actual gender or if they try to go around and just say you all the time. Yeah, like they'll use you or they as a sort of like a gender neutral thing. It's kind of a way that they, like in some games they'll re-record the lines, like one for a male, one for female. Maybe in some cases, some of the more recent games, they'll record one for gender neutral as well. But yeah, it's interesting to see if they re-record the lines or if they just kind of go around it with a catch-all, so. We got False Swipe and Sing back for purifying Mawile there, so if you want to use it for catching stuff, that's not too bad. But Sing is a little inaccurate, but, you know. And to be fair, at this point you've also got Breloom, so, you know, just use that for False Swipe, because it has more attack. So, alright, so let's go over to set 5, because that one didn't purify anything this time. And then we will stick Ralts in this one. I gave Ralts the magnet that we got from Voltorb, by the way, because it regains Shockwave as a result of its purification. If we take a look at its summary right here, I can show you. We've only got Confusion at the moment, but we'll switch that, and I think Shadow Wave turns into Shockwave, if I remember right, once we're done with this. And with the magnet, it'll inflict a little more damage. So. You recently started playing Dragon Quest VI, and you are in love. That good, huh? I've heard good things about most of the Dragon Quests, so I've only ever played the first one, but I've heard good things about the other ones, so maybe one day we'll look at more than just the first one. I'm planning on looking at the first one on our stream at some point, but not sure when yet. We got Shockwave and Sing back for Ralts, so there you go. Could use Sing for the help with purifying stuff, but it's alright. Excuse me. I'm probably going to replace something with Calm Mind, though. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to replace Sing with Calm Mind because it's pretty tempting to have right now. If you want to wait for the TM, you can't get the TM until, I think, post-game from the really difficult post-game content that you can do in this game. So having Calm Mind as a level-up move is really nice. We also have Light Screen that I could give Ralts, and I might give it to that, but I'll just delete Calm Mind when we're ready for that. I don't think we need that just yet, though, so we'll learn Calm Mind instead. And there you go. And looks like we gained at least 2 levels out of that, so that's not too bad. There's that Bold Nature coming into effect. It did have a Bold Nature, by the way. I don't know if I didn't mention it when I showed its stats, but yeah, it had a Bold Nature just like I said, so. Which will help, especially in the future, because Ralts is evolving. Yeah, you get it at level 20, so as long as it gains at least 1 level, it will evolve. And there you go. Ralts has evolved into Kirlia. Not too much better than Ralts just yet, but once we get to level 30, it will be a house. So, and Kirlia gets one of its best level up moves at like level 26, so yeah, it won't be too big of a deal. So, for every calorie you burn in log and noom, they give you half a calorie back, so you can still have a deficit. You're up to 1,933 left for today after exercising. Okay, well that gives you some wiggle room then, if you want to eat something a little bit more calorie content-wise. Pretty much every pure sleep move is garbage in the accuracy. Yeah, that's true, except for Spore, and that's why Spore was so busted, yes, because it was 100% accurate, so. All the alternatives are trash, yeah. Pretty much. Oh, good lord. I apologize for all of the yawning. I ate... What did I eat for lunch? I ate broccoli and macaroni, and I ate, which is just literally broccoli, macaroni, a little bit of salt and oil, just mixed together. And then I ate some chicken fingers, some chicken strips for lunch that had a lot of breading on them, and that's probably where all the yawning is coming from, is the breading. So, oops. There we go. Withdraw, and that's that. We can also stick these guys into the Purify Chamber, because there will be some room for them coming up here. This one, we're still waiting for more normal types before we can put them in here, but after the next area, we should have 2 more normal types, so we can stick in that to make it perfect tempo. For a little while, at least. Good lord. I know Makahita and Mawile I want to be in a set themselves, so let's stick them in set 6 for now, because they'll make a separate set later. And then let's stick this one here. There we go. And then for set 5, I guess we'll just stick Vulpix in there for now. We'll just let Duskull kind of... Well, no, I'll stick Duskull in the Makahita Mawile one, actually, because he can just hang out there. Looks like we get the best tempo here. Okay, that's fair enough, and that'll leave us 5 sets that we can actually purify stuff with for now, so it works for me. Yeah, I was going to say, I think you'll get the best tempo here. So there we go. We've got 6 sets working. They're not working great, but 5 of them are working pretty good at least. And I think the next time that we'll really be able to... No, actually, after the next area, we'll be able to make, I think, at least 6 perfect sets, because there's quite a few Pokemon that will be advantageous for all these sets that we have right now in the next area, so. I mean, Parasect had an actual niche in Gen 1 OU because of that. It speaks for itself. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. You get that Spore, and there you go. That's really solid in terms of, as long as you can catch something on the switch with it, because Parasect doesn't exactly have the best defenses with which to survive that stuff, you know. But if you could catch something, usually work pretty good. I need to stop. Alright, but we're done with the purifying, but there's 3 more rounds in Pyrite Coliseum to go do. So we should go do that, because I don't want it to be left on the back burner for too long, because if we wait too long, the experience won't be worth it anymore. So let's go get that experience now, while we have a Pokemon that's leveling up and that's close to level 20. I think I replaced the Pokesnacks as well. I think they're back at the Rock Pokespot, if I remember right. I forget, but I can check. And actually, while I check, I should also blow my nose, because I can feel it coming on in my nose. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. That was a really dusty sneeze, I'll tell you what, man. I did just dust and vacuum the room a few days ago, but there must still be a little dust lingering in the air. It's getting in my eyes and my nose, and it's gross. Anyway, yeah, I replaced the snacks at the Rock Pokespot, so there's that. I also bought a whole bunch of stuff, and that's why I have, like, barely any money left. So I bought some fresh water, I bought some Moo Milks, I bought some Full Heals, and some Revives. We got a bunch of Ethers from the bingo cards. The Pokesnacks are just kind of hanging around. We got a bunch of Pokeballs. I have the light screen TM that we bought last time. Well, like I said, we'll give that to Ralts in a little bit. So, I moved the disc case up here, but I think I might move the mirror radar up here as well, because when that goes off, I think you have to use it, so... like, directly from the menu. So I'll move it up there, because we can do stuff with that. Excuse me. Also, the battle CDs that we have, you can check it by just checking the disc case like this. We've got 6 for right now. So we'll go back after the next area, and we'll do whichever ones we have, and we'll see if we can get them all done. But there will be a point in time in the game where we'll be able to go kind of hunting for other battle CDs around the region, and they're just kind of all over the place. They're strewn in, you know, bookshelves and everything like that all over the place, so... There will be a point where we'll be able to go look for a bunch of them, and that'll, it'll give us something to do at that point, and then we'll have more to do. So... let's see. I missed a bit of chat. Remember when Dark Void had good accuracy? Thought it still did, but they nerfed it so that all non-Darkrai Pokemon cannot use it, thus killing Dark Void on Smeargle. Dark Void is worse than Hypnosis, so yeah, really bad. Oh man, that is pretty bad then, yeah. Jenny brought the nerfs, removing moves, modifying accuracy. Maybe they're trying to actually care about the competitive scene. Oh, it was Gen 7? Okay, gotcha. I didn't know. I don't think I ever got to use Dark Void now that I think about it. I never played Ubers in Gen 4, so it wasn't really something that I came across often, except for like when I was online on Pokemon Battle Revolution. Then every other team had it, but you know, that was just because it was online competitive meta. So, you're happy with Shining Pearl? You're sitting on 30 Moo Moo Milk, fight you. Yeah. We might have enough money for that later, but not yet. Too bad your Pokeball choices are subpar to terrible until Veilstone Department Store. Oh yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. I feel like freshwater is in this region actually rare, and is one of the few games where you can just buy it. Ironic. Yeah, they must import it from somewhere, I would imagine, here. Or they've got like those, what are those salt irrigator things that like remove the salt from ocean water? It's really expensive to do right now. Is that polarizing? I forget if that's what it's called, but I think there's a process where you can like take the salt out of salt water and make it fresh. But it's really expensive to do right now because, you know, companies don't care about global warming, like, at all. Anyway, let's do round 2 of Pyrite Coliseum. Before I get on that subject, because that's a can of worms that I don't need to open today. So. You jumped from Pokeballs to Dusk Balls, then got Ultra Balls not long after Dusk. Yeah, that is a big jump. Holy crap. You never liked Darkrai anyway, so you never missed it. Lucky you. Fair enough. I think if people mostly saw it in other competitive teams and never got to use it themselves, they would probably have the same opinion. So, Darkrai's okay, you like its relation to Cresselia, but the lore is cool. Yeah, that's right, because isn't it like, it creates nightmares and then Cresselia like goes into the dreams and like purifies them or something? I forget how it works exactly. It's been a while. Gen 4's lore is interesting, but not something that I look up on the regular, so. Oh, I got static, that's not bad. Oh yeah, and we got Shockwave back by Purification, so let's use that on the Letty, but it probably won't do a whole ton of damage, but I guess I could Calm Mind too before I get in over my head here. Let's do that, and then we'll Mud Slap the Mareep. I think if I remember right, one of these rounds in this particular one, the NPC has a whole bunch of like Pokemon that can use Reflect or Light Screen or any of that stuff, so that gives you an excuse to use that Brick Break TM that they just gave you at the end of the last round. I forget if it's this guy or if it's later in the round, though. Nice hit, Aaron. Holy crap. I know you're 5 levels over, but that's a 10 base power move. 20 after super effectiveness, so... Now, there we go, yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you want to use Brick Break, now might be a good time to use it, so... We Calm Minded up, though, so I think that's fine. I can skirt around it until they use Reflect, and then I gotta get Breloom in here. I mean, that's not bad for +1 at a Light Screen, so... This might hurt a little with Curlia, though. Yeah, a little bit. Oh, it's okay. We'll be fine. Let me just get rid of the Mareep first, and then I can start tackling, or headbutting, as it were, the Lettyba to get it out of here. Basically, Darkrai makes nightmares, and Cresselia can banish them, since Darkrai's nightmares can keep you from waking up. Oh yeah, that could be bad. Hence why Darkrai is on New Moon Island, to act as the opposite of Cresselia, who has that whole moon motif going, yeah. and so that it stops hurting people in Pokemon with its nightmares. It's kind of sad at departments, since Darkrais has been confirmed there exists multiple, are the cause of nightmares, and they try to isolate themselves in the world so no one suffers, and they're cool. Like I said, I think in Gen 4 they really started to tap into like the lore aspects a lot more. Trying to think if they did more with that. I feel like they kind of kept on with it a little bit, but they like laid off of it. They eased up on the lore gas a little bit by the time Gen 4 was over, because it feels like in Gen 5 there was still a little bit of lore, but it wasn't as much as Gen 4. Like Gen 4 really kind of was like, here's the pantheon of all the Pokemon gods. And then they just went from there, so. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I didn't really get into Gen 6 through 8 a whole lot, but it just feels like they eased up on it after a certain point. Again, I could be wrong. I could be misremembering, so. They did, and then they went a bit further in Gen 5, and people hated both after a while. I don't know why you hate that necessarily. It's like they're just thinking a little more in depth with it, you know, whatever. They can do what they want. Okay, so since I didn't bring in Breloom to do any brick breaking because I wanted to keep the experience all with these two, it might take a little longer to knock these guys out, but that's okay. We got time today. After this, we can go do the next area, so. Yeah, these should take like 20 minutes each, so about an hour, and then we'll be out of here. We'll be heading to the next area, and we'll work our way through it. Might not get done with it today, but I'll see what I can do. I mean, we're here tomorrow anyway, so whatever. You love how Curlia just performs as it fights. Yeah, it does a little ballet dancing while it's fighting. You can tell the Genius Sonority kind of looked a lot at like the work that HAL Laboratory did, and they said, okay, so how can we make these as kinetic as some of the stuff that they did in Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, and they really, I think in a lot of cases, they pretty much nailed it, so. It's pretty good. I think I remember this lady. Isn't she the one that has like a whole bunch of Pokemon that can use Sweet Kiss? I guess we're going to be switching a whole bunch in this one. Well, those can both use Sweet Kiss, so yeah, that's might be about right. We'll see. It's too bad I don't got Safeguard. I have Cute Charm now, though, so that's something. I don't know, does Pichu just die to a Mud Slap? Probably. Let's find out. You know, if I hit it. Oh, okay, it missed. Good. My eye. You know what it might be, actually, thinking about it, is that I haven't had my hair cut in a while. Wow, another crit, man. Hitting all the weak spots with Mud Slap today. You haven't had my hair cut in a while? I should probably get an appointment to do that. And, I mean, if I was cleaning and dusting and all that stuff, and then there's still some dust in the room and in the air, it could be catching in my hair, and then that could be the problem. The reason why I feel so dusty. Because, like, you get that feeling in your eyes where it's, like, itchy, but it's from dust. And then, that could be why I'm a little sniffly as well. It's just because of any additional stuff catching in my hair, maybe on my clothes. It's no good. You'd think that with the way I'm talking about it, that my house would be like a haunted museum or something like that for how dusty it is, but no, just a little bit. My dust allergies seem to be in a bit of flux. It just sort of depends on the time of year. They could either be not so bad or a lot bad, and this might be one of the low points, so, or high points as it were. You're back? Your internet died? What'd you miss? Not a whole lot. Sorry to hear your internet died, but we're in round 2 of, Battle 2 rather, of round 2. So, we didn't get Sweet Kissed, so that's probably the best part so far. Too bad development cycles are brutal AF now because games are products and not games anymore. Gotta please those investors, not your buyers. Oh, you're not saying anything I don't already know, believe me. Oh, Lord. That could be another can of worms that I could open today. It would be especially poignant in this series considering how I felt about the marketing aspect of Let's Go Pikachu, but... well, we already talked about that a little bit back then, so I don't know if I want to open that can of worms again. Nice! Got an attack boost. Perfect. I didn't even raise my accuracy for it. Alright, so now I'm paralyzed with Curlia. I don't know, but I kind of just want to leave her in. I mean, it's no big deal. If she gets paralyzed, then it takes a little longer. What do I care? Just fish for more attack boosts. Hey, Togepi, can your Serene Grace rub off on me for a little bit? 'Cause that'd be nice. Okay, so I have one paralyzed Pokemon and one confused Pokemon. So let's see what Curlia does. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Keep trying, and then let's swap. Well, no. I think I'll just throw myself at the wall, I guess. Ow. I threw myself at the wall too hard. I hit my head. Okay. There we go. Broke through the para. Goodbye, Togepi. Yeah, I just want to kind of try to keep these two earning experience as much as I can. Try not to split it between the other two because, well, the other two are already level 29, and that's like next area after this one levels. Actually, it's like 2 areas ahead, to be honest. You really only need to be about level 25 to beat the area that we're going to after we're done here, so yeah, they're way ahead. So love how steel types don't actually take a ton of confusion damage because they actually have high defense. That's why Swagger's such a double-edged sword. It's nice having a whole bunch of extra defense on these steel types. Like I said, that's why Erin kind of behaves as a tank for us in this case, because she's just got such a high defense stat that... And then, not only that, but also steel types have a lot of resistances, even to special attacks, so... a good chunk of them, anyway. So that allows Erin to kind of stick it out in some fights that you wouldn't necessarily be able to keep a basic level, low-level Pokemon for. Okay, how's that gonna work, though? Like, what happens if you use the rain? Do I turn into a water type? I'm confused. I'm gonna Calm Mind and see what happens. This is just gonna be silly. I'm gonna Headbutt the Lotad, just because it seems like an appropriate thing to do. While the Volchinian throws fireballs at me. That was a warning shot! Do we have enough food Pokemon to make a healthy breakfast? Seeing this Togepi makes you wonder. No, Pat, no eating the egg. Togetic then? I don't know, I mean... You could probably get eggs from, like traditional eggs, that is. So, like, from birds, like from flying types. And in the Pokemon world that could be used as actual eggs for breakfast. I mean, you got steak. You could probably make, like, home fries or something like that from something, I don't know. You're still using Ember in the Rain. That seems like a bit of an oversight. Remember how I said that they made the NPCs not as smart in this one? So... yeah, according to Pokemon XD, Forecast does nothing when you trace it, so that's fun. It'd be kind of cool if it worked like Camouflage, though, so like it gave you an additional typing depending on the rain. Although Camouflage doesn't work based on weather, it works based on the terrain that you use it on, so... But I haven't used Camouflage probably since we did that Pokemon Versus stuff back in 2011, so... So it's not like I'd be using it that often, that is what I'm saying. Yeah, 59 defense, that'll definitely help. Alright, we got a C-Dot, so now the Ember will actually hit a little harder because it's probably going to use Sunny Day, if it can even get a move off in the rain. So, I just keep Shockwaving, that'll work okay. Get rid of the C-Dot next turn. Okay, now you're using the right move, and if it's on Erin, it might actually hurt a little. Yeah. Rain does a lot for water-type moves, as you can plainly see. There was a Gen 4 bug that destroyed matches involving making Cast Form infinitely change forms. Oh jeez, that's not good. Kirlia, what's this damaging animation just flexing her leg flexibility? She has to style on them first before she shows them that she's better than them, because then she shows them she's better than them in 2 ways. I would assume, anyway. I might want to actually switch for the Leech Seed there, because that could be a bit of a problem. Well, I don't know. Between the 2 of them, I think I can knock this thing out. Headbutt's only slightly less powerful than Metal Claw after you consider Stab on Metal Claw, so yeah, I'd rather go for the 100% accuracy for now, since that'll probably take care of the job. I mean, that's only like, what, 5 HP left, so... It's a C-Dot, come on now. Yeah, until she evolves, then she doesn't have to style on them 2 ways, she just knows already. She's like, I know I'm better than you now, I don't have to style on anybody. Alright, final match in round 2. What I'm thinking with Calm Mind is that I'll replace it with Light Screen once we get Kirlia's next move at level 26, because it'll basically be a flat upgrade to Confusion. And then I won't need to Calm Mind as much because it's basically twice as powerful. So, yeah, should be pretty good. Okay, well, those 2 are ripe for super effective hits that I have on both of these Pokemon, so that should work okay. Oh god, she's a teenager with that mindset, something like that, yeah. Oh, if he's got anything with Fire or Ice type moves, I just traced Thick Fat, so that's fun. Okay, alright, who we faking out? Aaron, okay. That's okay, because Kirlia will probably just one-shot this Makahita with Confusion. Maybe come close. I mean, Kirlia's special attack isn't that much higher than Rolf's, but... I mean, it's a Makahita, right? Yeah. Can't take that many hits from it. It's got a lot of HP, but that's about it. So... It would be cool if this guy had, like... Because he says when you open the matchup, he says, oh, look, new Pokemon specimens to be examined, right? It'd be cool if, because he uses Pokemon that could use stuff like Mind Reader or Lock-On, but I don't think they kept that. I don't think these guys have, like... like, Makahita could use, like, Mind Reader, Dynamic Punch, and then Magnemite could use, like, Lock-On, Zap Cannon, and then his next Pokemon could also use Mind Reader, Dynamic Punch, if I remember what it is correctly. But I don't think they... Yeah, it's Meditite, okay. But yeah, I don't think they kept that. I think they said, no, that could be too OP for right now. That's like Coliseum levels of OP for a level 20 area, so maybe we shouldn't do that. So... I don't know, I think it'd be fun. But then again, I like how difficult Coliseum is, so that I could be just... It could be just me, I could just be a masochist, I don't know. So. Alright, well, let's get rid of Magnemite, because I'm sick of getting Sonic Boomed. Actually, I'm not gonna, because... Oh, okay. It's not on Aaron. Cool. So we can take out the Sonic Boomer and keep Aaron relatively okay. I'm probably going to switch, actually, because Aaron can definitely not take a high jump kick very well, so... Or a whatever fighting type attack. Meditite has... Sorry, there's a little bit of mucus directly at the edge of my throat, and it is driving me up a wall because it will not come out, even when I blow my nose. And, it keeps wanting to get sucked back down into my throat, and I hate it. I'm desperately trying not to do that because I don't want it to go down my throat and end up in my lungs, because that's how you get sick. Yeah, only that 1 damage with Fake Out, so... Not a whole lot to worry about there. Oh good, we got a Confusion proc, nice. And yeah, as I say, you've got a decent amount of attack power, so you'll actually hurt yourself a little bit with it. Kirlia flinched. Yeah, we see those damage animations. They flinch all right. Yeah, I mean, that was a little bit of wincing even going on there. Let's give Kirlia a bit of a helping hand, Flareon. We'll probably have to start using that a little more often soon. It's just because Flareon is so much higher of a level than a couple of our other team members. It doesn't always see the light of day in battle just yet, but we'll find uses for it once everybody gets about the same level-wise, so... You like Meditite's idle animation where it's just kind of sitting there meditating, but it's bopping its head, yeah. Got a song in his heart or something like that. Well, that takes care of round 2. The rewards for rounds 2 through 4 aren't nearly as good in terms of the TM that you get as they were in the other rounds. The prize money's still pretty good, though. So, yeah, we get TM 12 Taunt for finishing out round 2. We are fully healed, yes. Yes, we are. Okay, good. And we gained about 1 level on each of these guys, so these gals. Excuse me. But yeah, so there's Curlia's stats at level 23. I mean, it's okay, but we're not talking about like Aaron's got, as a basic level Pokemon, it has even more attack and defense, and Curlia's best stat is at 34 at level 23, so it's not the best, but again, once it evolves, those stats will skyrocket by comparison, so yeah, we'll be good. Okay, so let's go do round 3. Taunt, that's kind of underwhelming unless you really want to stop setup strats. Yeah, and in this game there aren't a whole lot of setup strats. I mean, I guess Shadow Pokemon use setup moves, but I don't even know if those would be considered status moves because they're all considered Shadow moves. I guess that'd be interesting to lab out. We'll see. Alright, so round 3. Fight our way through here, fight our way through round 4, and then I won't have any more excuses. I'll have to go do stuff in the next area. You still want like a ghost fighting type with it being the embodiment of a fighting spirit, great fighter, to have or something like that. That'd be pretty interesting, yeah. Ghost fighting is one of those combinations that it really doesn't show up all that often, so I think it'd be interesting to see. You can't fool me, game. I know what you're doing here. That Rhyhorn has Lightning Rod. Oh, and it's using Protect. What a jackass. I'm just going to reflect so that I don't take as much physical damage from either one of them. And then we'll just kill the Wingull with something other than an electric-type attack, even though it's very tempting to use an electric-type attack. That's not going to happen. Probably Rhyhorn can take like 2 Metal Claws, though. So. Or do I just... No, well... I'm just afraid it'll keep spamming Protect, but I guess I can go all in on it. Okay, did not continue to spam Protect. Good. Let's see how much this does. Probably do about half. A little over. Okay, well, it's a crit, so that'll do all of it. Good. There goes the Lightning Rod. Don't even have a single Ghost or Fighting type Pokemon. It would be the first, unless you missed some of the DLC from Gen 8. Wasn't there a... I feel like there's a Ghost Fighting Legendary Pokemon. I could be mistaken, but I feel like there was one. I don't remember. I have to look back at the list of, like, everything. But I feel like there is a Ghost Fighting Legendary Pokemon. I don't know. It's probably from one of the later generations, which is why I don't know it off the top of my head. Like, the first 3 generations, I could probably tell you the type of any single Pokemon that you tell me about. But you get beyond that, it starts getting a little more hazy, and after Gen 5, good fucking luck, I got nothing. So... Marshadow is Mono Ghost. That sounds like familiar, so maybe that's what I was thinking of, yeah, is Marshadow. But if it's Mono Ghost, then yeah, I could have been mistaken. So. That gonna be enough? That's gonna be enough. Give me all that EXP. Roselia has like really high base EXP totals. Yeah, there we go. 325 for both of them. Nice. Now we're talking. Wonder what's in that bag that he's got attached to his belt. I was gonna say it's a satchel, but it's just kind of like a little, looks like a jewelry bag, or like the kind of little pouch that somebody would keep like their stolen goods in. Now I'm not saying he stole nothing, and if he did, I didn't see it, but I don't know what else it could be. I guess it could be his like water pouch, but man's day drinking. He's just got like booze in it. More power to you, I suppose. Lucky you, you memorize every Pokemon up to Gen 7. Nice, that'll help. That way, if anybody has any questions, you'll be able to tell them exactly how it is. I got more cute charm. Sentret is in the fight, so if I get hit by it, it might actually help out. I'm gonna reflect. Well, it's really just would only be there for Curly, I suppose. Let's get rid of Skitty instead. How about that? Although all of her Pokemon are female, so I can't cute charm a female Pokemon. Pokemon isn't, at this point in time, Pokemon doesn't have that kind of inclusivity. So, I guess I'll just headbutt. Oh, it actually is ghost fighting. Okay, you were curious, so you looked it up. There you go. That's new to you. Something's missing in the archives. You're holding a person berry. Okay. That's interesting, I guess. Yeah, I need to check my chronicles again. There's a page missing. I don't know why they were holding a person. What were you gonna do? Use Petal Dance or something? I mean, I guess Thrash, but can Skitty even learn Thrash? You're using Covet or Thief like you're gonna actually get my item, but that's not how this works, as you can see. They were smart about that. They said, oh, we don't want them to steal permanent hold items, like your Focus Band or your any of that stuff, so we should probably make it so that that doesn't happen. Helping Hand Protect. Now I've seen everything. Oh, that's too Galaxy Brain for me. I can't even comprehend. The Sentret is an Eldritch Abomination. That is the best Protect I've ever seen. So with a Smeargle, it has own tempo, so that means this could be like a teeter dancing Smeargle? I don't know. Interesting. I mean, with Protect, that would help with teeter dance, then you don't get, you know, that, so. Okay, so there is a Thrash going on here somewhere. I guess that works. But what will you do when your Helping Hander is gone? You forgot Marshadow even existed. Its ability literally was designed for Gen 7's story, and that's it. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know like anything about Marshadow, so I got nothing. Skitty can harm people? I mean, it's one of the many cuddleable Pokemon. It grows up into a cat that can learn Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, and Hyper Beam. Yes, it can hurt people. Just don't tell anybody that that's coming off of, like, base 60 special attack. Then it'll seem a lot more threatening. Oh, boy. Although it depends, right? Because if we're talking Gen 3, 2 of those are coming off of a base 60 special attack, and 2 of them are coming off of, like, base 75-ish. That's just off the top of my head, mind you. Physical attack, so. That's an evolution, it doesn't count. Yeah, I guess Skitty specifically. I always thought that Skitty's damage, quote-unquote, the harm that it does was more emotional than physical because of Cute Charm, to be honest, so. Like, that's emotionally manipulative, Skitty. That is not okay in today's society. So. Yeah, Skitty itself, yep. Yeah, after Gen 3, Delcatty kind of really fell off. Yeah. Because, I mean, you got another cat just sitting out there in Gen 4 that's just, like, flat out better than it. In terms of stats, that is. I don't like Perugli's aesthetics at all, but it's I can't lie. It has better stats, I think, than Delcatty. If I remember right. So. Alright, let's see. So we got a Trapinch and a Sploink. Well, Shockwave's not going to be a whole lot of use here. So, let's just do it this way. That should work okay. Oh, he pulled Trapinch out. Must have been like, oh, he's going to die in one hit, Spinda. Okay. I mean, I guess that'll take Confusion a little better. I see what you're up to. Mm-hmm. So Spinda has own tempo, so it won't confuse it after swaggering it. That's a Coliseum strat right there, so I guess you can see some of the leftovers of Coliseum's stuff right here. I'm going to need a Reflect next turn, that's for sure. So, it depends on if Spinda's faster as well, which is a possibility. But yeah, let's put up a Reflect, and I don't know, just aim for the Spinda at this point. Oh, Brick Break. Goodbye, Aaron. Ow. Oh, I lived on one! Sturdy is real! Oh, that's funny as hell, but I'm gonna die right now. Oh, boy. Oh, okay, it's not on me. I still live! Aaron tanking them hits. I love it. If it's brick breaking, this Reflect isn't really gonna work in my favor now, is it? Oh, wow. I mean, it's almost dead, so it's probably fine. So I definitely need to switch Aaron out, like, yesterday. So let's do that. Let's get Flareon in here, it's fine. That was a little close. I mean, it's not bad, whatever. We'll get the HP back when we're done with this battle, but, you know. Who was crazy and said Ghost is a physical type? Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea, but I don't know how much they were actually thinking about that, so. Okay, there goes the wall. That's fine. Ow, crit. Goodbye, Spinda. Managed to do about half of Flareon's HP on a critical hit, so that's impressive for 9 levels of difference. So, almost said 9 levels of differential, but that wouldn't quite be right. I mean, I guess it would technically be correct, but... Why did I switch Flareon in when he's got a ground type? I could have just switched in, what's it called? I could have just switched in Breloom and been fine. Oh well, it's fine. Get that Spoink out of here, no more swagger. I don't like it. Good strat, though. This man knows what he's doing. Very professional. Somebody forgot that Brick Break is the only fighting move that's good against Psychic. Yeah, I mean, if your Psychic type is a dual screener, which in this case it is, in my case, yeah, it's pretty good in that department. So... I'm definitely faster than it, so I can put a Reflect back up and probably live a dig. Let's get Flareon out of here, though. Let's get Breloom in. Oh, Arena Trap. Duh. Alright, that's fine then. Let's just, here. Somebody have a fresh water? Who wants a fresh water? Curlia, you can have a fresh water. Flareon will probably live a dig with a Reflect up. Yeah, this guy knew what he was doing. Arena Trap, Swagger, and own tempo. Very interesting. Somebody on the dev team is definitely thinking. Applause, Genius Sodority. Good work. Let's quick attack it and see how much it does. Newer Pokemon moves throwing you off hard. Chance of using Life Dew. Like, what the fuck is Life Dew? Self-sacrifice and fully heal next ally. You think that's Healing Wish. Life Dew seems to just heal you and an ally in doubles. Heals less than Soft Boiled, though. So maybe it's like splitting Soft Boiled in half, then? I don't know. I've never even heard of Life Dew, so I got... I got nothing. I've played, like, Gen 6, I played all the way through once, and then I did competitive stuff with it. And then every other game after that, so Gen 7 and Gen 8, with the exception of Let's Go Pikachu, I've played exactly once. And I don't even think I finished Sword and Shield, to be honest, so... Yeah, I got nothing. So... Wasn't Healing Wish just heal next turn? That's Normal Wish. The names might be a little bit different, though, Lifeblood, because you might be looking at the names in German, whereas the names in English might be a little bit different than the names in German, so... Yeah, but for us, in English, it's Normal Wish is just heal next turn. Healing Wish is the self-sacrifice one, so... And they're starting to get a little better Pokemon, too. We got a Stantler. Oh, boy. You had neither until a little bit ago. Oh, boy, yeah. Oh, this is the Intimidate guy, right? Yeah, because they both got Intimidate. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I got Intimidate now. Oh, it didn't Intimidate. I wanted it to just suddenly Intimidate someone. Oh, well. Well, Erin's useless with 2 attack drops, so let's just... let her switch out and get to level 27 anyway. Come on, Breloom, we got normal types to kill. So. Ow. You just looked it up. Life Dew is a team heal for 25% of their max HP. Okay. I mean, I could see that being pretty useful. Did I get a reflect up? Oh, okay. Well, we're back to this again. But I have my attack back now, so that's at least good. I could probably use a little healing, though. It's okay. We'll be getting some money from this, so... I'll keep these two out now, since nobody wants to see... excuse me. Nobody wants to see Breloom today, apparently, so we'll just keep these two out. Knock out the Snubbull so it can't keep roaring me, or just let it roar. Usually what I'll do when a Pokemon is using Roar or Whirlwind is I'll just, once they use it once, I'll just leave my Pokemon in so they can just keep roaring if they want, whatever. Just switch things around, get a bunch of experience. Unfortunately, Reflect does not cover me for Bite just yet, but, you know, we'll get there. Okay, so Aaron can knock out Snubbull with one more hit. I'm gonna Calm Mind, actually. Get myself a little extra attack. Special attack, that is. And then we'll go from there. And probably that was a good idea anyway, because now if I Calm Mind, Bite won't hopefully knock me out. And then I can heal again next turn. Maybe. Let Curly actually start attacking. At this point, she's mostly just bait, though, to be honest. Oh, it lived on one. Low roll! No! It's okay. It's fine, see? Low roll. Actually, that's just because I'm at +1, but whatever. I do, however, have exactly enough HP missing to where fresh water will give me back all of it, so there you go. Why is Healing Wish self-sacrificing and Normal Wish is heal after one turn? Should be the other way around, it'd be better for context. Anyways, worst move in you guys' opinion, Splash does not count. What's the worst move besides Splash for me? Supersonic would probably be my least favorite move, actually, because it's not even a good confusion move. It has 55% accuracy. Like, that's just stupid. Not to mention the fact that for most people, oh hey, here we go. Breloom's back out. Now we can handle things. I can handle this Hitmontop with a +1 confusion or probably 2-hit KO. But yeah, like, it just... For most people, they'd say, oh, well, you know, it always works so well for the NPCs, it doesn't work for me, but... What's up, Mom? It's like half a pound left down here, so... Okay. There's quite a bit of sauce left, yeah, so... I'd make 1 pound and that should be good. Okay. But yeah, we can handle this Hitmontop, no problem. Just whatever. It feels like this guy has an interesting moveset thing going on. Oh, nice, we got Effect Spore. Perfect. Absolutely planned, not at all. But, it feels like this guy's got some interesting moves planned, but it feels like he's trying to strategize too much, and he's not, like, seeing the fact that he's practically dead at this point. I'm just gonna Mega Drain. Might even... Well, no. Breloom's special attack isn't that good. It probably won't knock it out. Yeah. It's okay, we'll let Curly get the kill. I still think that would be an interesting mechanic if they had that in a Pokemon game, where if you get the KO, you get a little more experience, but... Well, in modern Pokemon games, you don't need that because the experience share is always on and you can't turn it off, so... I guess that kind of covers it, but... I don't know, I think it'd be an interesting mechanic. Breloom's level 30. 94 attack at level 30. Monstrous. Incredible. Conquer and Marie agree with me on Supersonic. Yours is Memento. Oh, yeah, Memento. I remember that. Memento Mori. Self-death just for lowering stats. It's a swan song type move, which ain't good in Pokemon, unless it's Explosion and company, yeah. Explosion is pretty damn good, but, like, Memento, not so good. What's the other one? Is Grudge a self-sacrificing one as well? Or am I thinking of something else? I don't know what Grudge does, but it was a Gen 3 move. I forget what it does. But yeah, there's a lot of the ones that are like self-sacrifice ones aren't really all that great. I mean, Destiny Bond, I guess, isn't bad, but that's not technically self-sacrificing. That's just, hey, if you're going to kill me next turn, I'm taking you down with me. So, it's like a proximity bomb. It's a load-bearing Pokemon. I was almost going to say boss, but not necessarily. So, Flareon, how close are you? Oh, 208. Okay, so Breloom's not that far ahead of you. I think Breloom needs less experience to each level, though, so that's why. Yeah, it's a little bit ahead because it needs a little less experience, so. Aaron, on the other hand, needs a little more experience, so that's fun. Look at that, 2020. I love it when the Shadow and the Purified are exactly the same. Lights me right up like a Christmas tree. Let's not start on that. They're already starting on that shit on the radio. They've been doing it all month. I don't need to talk about it more. Grudge is solid. Oh, yeah, that's the one. It minimizes the power points, right, on the last used move of the enemy, if I remember right. Or is that Spite? I gotta look these moves up, because I don't remember what any of them do. Okay, yeah, so it lowers the power points of the last used move as long as that move KOs the Grudge user. Yep, that's correct, yeah. That's what it does. I remember now. Thank you for clarifying, both of you. Yeah, that rings a bell now. Don't like the modern EXP share. You're over-leveled AF because so much more EXP is floating around. Like a Pokemon that gives 1k EXP is giving the main Pokemon 1k, but everyone else is getting 300. So instead of giving 1k, it technically gives 2.5k if you have a team of 6. Yeah, to me it seems a little bit overpowered. I mean, I guess it gives you an excuse to go use a whole bunch of different Pokemon, and I definitely did that in Gen 6 when the EXP share was first introduced, like the modern one was first introduced. I had like 18 different Pokemon that I raised across the whole game, and they all ended up being about the right level for the end game, so yeah, really overpowered. I don't know, I would prefer it if you could turn it off, personally, because I think it would make things a little more challenging. But in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, we got around that, as you may recall, because we just said, you know what, whatever, we won't catch a whole bunch of Pokemon, and then even if we get experience share, we won't be super high leveled. We still ended up being like a level or two over everybody, but that's because I did like everything, you know. If I had not done routes 11 through 15, we would have been like 2 levels under everybody for the rest of the game, and it would have been great. So. A Feather Dance on Aaron. Yep, that's okay. You might live one more turn, but that's alright. Your entire team is level 35. You have a team of 12. The third gym leader's ace was 30 on the dot. Yeah, it's OPAF, yeah. just a little bit. Almost every ability has an item with the same effect. Don't talk about the Kanto Badlands, you fool. Yeah, that's right, I forgot. The last time we talked about it, I was talking about having a root canal, and it was comparable. So that's fun. Oh, it didn't even live after feather dancing me. But yeah, that's probably true. There's a few abilities that have items that give a similar effect. I'm trying to think now of examples. I know there's a few items that enhance the effects of some abilities. So like, for example, Sunny Day is up. You could have a Heat Rock in Gen 4 and later where you could enhance the number of turns that sun is lasting for, which isn't too bad. So. In this particular case, I might want to actually have Light Screen because I get the feeling this Torchic is going to flamethrower me in about 2 seconds, but you know. We were just talking about the Kanto Badlands, which is routes 11 through 15 in Kanto, so that might be what you missed. Goodbye, Curlia. Oh, okay. Never mind. They're spreading the damage out. That's fine. Keep doing that. Don't know. Your dentist says you have a really good teeth, just a couple of troublesome ones, mainly the wisdom teeth. Yeah, mainly my wisdom teeth are the only ones that they really have any problems with for me as well, so I was blessed with pretty decent teeth. Oh, I took Future Sight attack. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I don't know why it failed, but I'll take it. So I can Shockwave and then, I don't know, probably still be okay. Well, if it Seismic tosses Curlia, I get KO'd, but if I don't, then I'll just heal it, then we don't gotta worry about it, and I can KO Torchic next turn, so. You'd also appreciate it if future Pokemon games came with an option to turn off tutorials, because if someone is a returning player, the tutorials get very annoying, yeah. I would agree with that. I think it'd be a good idea if you're like a veteran that you can just take like a different... Like, just be able to, you know, oh, I don't need all this context. You can just take me to the story. I understand how Pokemon works. Then again, I have a lot of concepts of ideas of things that I think that they should do in later generations to kind of mix things up. but they probably wouldn't do that because they don't have to necessarily anymore. They can pretty much play it safe and do the same thing they always do, and they'd still get maximum money. So, oh, the user dying cancels future sight. See, I didn't know that. I don't use future sight enough, evidently. You feel like you've lost all context? Maybe. Which part did you... Where did you start getting lost? Let's retrace our steps so we can figure out where you started getting lost, and I can kind of maybe help you understand a little better by explaining it a little more. I don't know. Tell me where you first got lost, and then I'll see if I can give you directions. Well, isn't a sphere a perfect circle? Like a perfect three-dimensional circle? I forget my geometry. I see why you were talking about that, though, because you have sphere Pokemon. So, I think it's just the user not being on the field that cancels future sight. Oh, maybe. I keep getting cute charm. That's fun. Shockwave the sphere! I guess just headbutt the Jigglypuff. It's not fairy yet, so I can't, do stuff with that. It's like you've been a master Pokemon trainer before you were even born, catch tutorial NPC. Yeah, pretty much. I know what I'm doing. Leave me alone. Lone Freeze talked about her. You hope teeth. Yes. Yeah, we so the episode where we did when we played Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, the episode where we did the Kanto Badlands, which is for Marie and I, it's routes 11 through 15 in Kanto are the Badlands because it's just a bunch of trainers on a road with no other things going on. It's literally just an EXP dump. So the both of us consider it the Kanto Badlands because we don't like going there at all. And if you look back at my Let's Go Pikachu playthrough, the episode title was called Route Canal. And by route, I mean R-O-U-T-E, like the name of route in front of 11 through 15. The reason why it was called Root Canal was because at the time we spent approximately 45 minutes talking about getting our wisdom teeth removed and generally going to the dentist because that was how far gone the conversation was, because it was just trainer after trainer after trainer after trainer. So we were so bored. It was like 2 videos. Oh my god, it was a terrible time. But we got through it, so. And now we only have to do it one more time when I play Pokemon Yellow. It was maximum boredom, that's for sure. So. Imagine 5 hours of that shit. Ugh. I'd rather not. Until I have to do it again. Then I will. I won't have to imagine it. I'll live it. Again. With Gen 1 mechanics. Ugh. Why do I want to play Pokemon Yellow again? No, it's fine. We'll be alright. And people complain about routes 216, 217, and Sinnoh. Is that the snow one? Because I didn't mind the snow one. I think I would have liked the snow one better if you got, like, cross-country skis, though, after a certain point to get across it a little faster. But it really wasn't that slow. You just got occasionally stuck in a snowbank. It's like, okay, whatever. There's a lot of heavy snow. Big deal. It's like half an hour max. That was the snow routes, okay. No, no, are you doing this to us? Oh boy. At least next time you should be able to speed up the game if you play on an emulator. That is true, yeah, I'll be playing Yellow on an emulator, so it'll be sped up just a little bit. Corsola... I mean, Corsola doesn't do, like, anything, so I'll just Mud Slap and see what it does. Maybe I should Shockwave it once Gulpin gets... We'll see how much damage this does, and then I'll Shockwave Corsola next turn and Mud Slap Gulpin, because I might be able to KO Gulpin next turn. That's not Mud Slappable, but it's probably Headbuttable. Yeah, we won't KO Corsola next turn with Shockwave either, but at least we can get one of them out of there. Oh, Light Screen, cool. I can handle Light Screen. It takes forever to type like that on... Oh, so on your phone, yeah. Yeah. Not being able to type with, like, the, a keyboard so you can do shift, yeah. Pain in the ass, that's for sure. Okay, so Corsola's gonna take, like, nothing at all from this, but Gulpin should still be knocked out because they don't have Reflect up, so... Wonder if Corsola can learn Reflect. Imagine dual screens Corsola. And I guess it's about as ridiculous as dual screens Piloswine. That's a thing, by the way. Piloswine can learn light screen and reflect, so can Swinub. I was like, what the hell? Apparently it was like an actual strat that Mamoswine had at some point too, was a dual screen lead. I was like, why? What? I guess, but okay. I don't know, it was just so silly, I just was taken aback for a little while. Oh, that's not good. Screech on my low defense Pokemon, this is gonna hurt. It's cool AF, it makes no sense, but it's cool AF, yeah, I know. I was actually gonna wait to mention it until we caught Swinub in this playthrough to say, yeah, this could actually be a screen setter, and to be fair, Piloswine in this game specifically doesn't get a whole lot of other things besides Ice Beam and Earthquake to its name, but we'll worry about that when we catch Swinub, that's later. That's not how Screech works, Corsola. You're thinking of Gen 4 and later. Then that would have worked, but it did not, so... Did I get an attack boost from this? I don't think I did, but it worked out pretty good, so... This might KO Curly, though. Especially with a crit, good lord. Apom's not playing games. The screens are psychic power, right? Like, how? Oh, we're so far beyond that making sense at this point, I have no idea. Maybe it's just like a... Maybe Corsola just has like a reflective surface. Maybe it's not like psychic power. It's a psychic type move, but maybe it's not psychic power. Maybe it's just like, here's a reflective surface that we can spread across other Pokemon. Yeah, it still doesn't make a whole lot of sense though when I say it that way, now that I think about it. So, I got nothing. Pokemon doesn't make sense. Okay, so since Flareon's out, I guess we'll just burninate this Doduo. Make some deep-fried ostrich? Question mark? Is that what Doduo is supposed to be? I mean, it's obviously a twin-headed ostrich, which is a little different, but... So this is the team of multiple hits, so Double Slap, Icicle Spear, Fury Attack. I would imagine Corsola maybe had Rock Blast hanging around somewhere, but we're never going to see it anymore, so... That's cool. I guess they've all got a gimmick, you know. If it works, it works. 86 attack on Flareon, too. These guys are not messing around. Okay, and there goes the light screen. That's why Doduo lived, because of light screen. I forgot about that, to be honest with you. So, alright, let's finish you off, and then we'll get Curlia back in here, who will not get to level 25 this round because of fainting, but that's okay. She'll get to 25 and then 26 pretty shortly anyway, so no big deal. Fun fact, Growl is the opposite in Germany. There it's called Hewler, which is the Pokemon crying and rushing for sympathy. Oh, okay. So it's not like a growl as in to, like, intimidate. It's like a... It's almost closer to fake tears, then. So... You wish Skill Link was on more Pokemon and not on Cloyster? I mean, I guess it's on a couple of Pokemon, just not a whole ton of them. I think it's on... What's that one that was the... normal type in Gen 5? Chinchino? Is that it? I didn't like using Chinchino in Gen 5, to be honest, because I feel like everybody just stuck a King's Rock on it and then had Skill Link and was like, this is maximum memeage. And it's like, okay, that's stupid, but okay. So, I don't know. I liked using my Chinchino with a Scarf so that it could, you know, revenge kill things with Skill Link rather than just being a meme. So. It's on Chinchino. Who fucking needed it? I don't know, but the internet sure liked King's Rock Chinchino, that's for sure. Every Chinchino I saw in the meta was a King's Rock one, except for mine. You used a Metronome. Why would you use a King's Rock? Yeah, I know. Metronome is a better choice, I think, for that. Because that'll give you extra power when you use it for the Skill Link. I don't know if it pairs with Skill Link, though, so, like, I don't know if it does more damage with each blast. Like, let's say you're using Rock Blast. I don't know if it the metronome affects each individual hit, or if it's just like if you use Rock Blast a bunch of times in a row, it uses it, but I don't know. That would be something I'd have to lab out to see how it works, to be honest, but it's still a good strat, all things considered, because you're probably using the same move multiple times anyway, so. Larvitar is probably just going to get mud-slapped and faint, so whatever. Just keep working. Okay, so it is each use of the move, not the individual hits. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Metronome is actually garbage. The scaling is really bad as far as, you know. Oh, you labbed it back when it came out? Gotcha. I like the metronome as a concept item, but yeah, in practice it usually doesn't do a whole lot, to be honest. Like, the best use out of it I've ever gotten is when I used a Kricketune with Fury Cutter. I think this was like after Fury Cutter got buffed and I played like the lowest possible tier and tried this out. It killed like 2 things with it because it was unexpected that it would do more than 0 damage, but yeah, that was like my luckiest run of Fury Cutter ever, because usually you miss after like 3 or 4 hits, and there you go, but yeah, I got like 7 or 8 in a row, and I managed to kill a couple of things. Snubble and Bagon. I feel like I've seen this combination somewhere before, like recently. Maybe that one guy that was in Dueling Square had it, I forget. Well, anyway, let's just Metal Claw the Bagon. Kricketune has the coolest cry behind the minion. Seriously, I love everything in Gen 4. Now, Kricketune's cry was awesome. It's such a meme. It just, whoop, right at the end is great. Oh my god. It just sounds like a fiddle, which is fantastic, because that's exactly its aesthetic. It's like the most spot-on cry for a Pokemon that I've seen in that gen, probably. I don't know, I'd have to think back, really, but in my mind, thinking about it, it's the most spot-on cry I've ever heard, so yeah, it's pretty good. I think I'm going to Fresh Water, because we'll have plenty of money to buy more of it in a minute anyway, and I don't want Curlia to faint because of a random bite crit, because I want that level 25, damn it. I need to be one step closer to my Confusion upgrade. You just love the subtle echo that Lumineon gets at the end of its cry. It's cool, yeah, because it's like, it gives you that feeling of it being like deep underwater, you know what I mean? So, it's cool. There's some things about Gen 4 that I do enjoy. I mean, like I said, I think that I enjoy a lot of the music and sound effects from Gen 4. I think I enjoy a lot in retrospect. And I was actually listening to some of the music from the remakes. I think the one that I was listening to was one of the Root themes. It was the one with the synth guitar. I forget which Roots it was on, but it was the one with the synth guitar in it, and they updated it to have actual guitar now. And that one was pretty good, so yeah, the music is good. I like a good chunk of the Pokemon designs in Gen 4, and obviously they paid a decent amount of attention to the lore and the sound effects, but I don't know, something in the way that Gen 4 worked, and like all the combination of factors, you'd think that with all that stuff I'd be like, yeah, this works pretty good, but it just didn't click with me for some reason. I don't really know why. I'd probably have to go back and play Gen 4 specifically to understand why, but I don't want to invest $60 in a remake to find out why I don't like something. You know, that doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't seem right to me. We got Torment, by the way, from the end of Round 3, and here we get TM5 Roar, so that's cool. Again, nothing too substantial, but it gets us a little extra money, so. You've fangirled over Sinnoh since 09, not on release, but Sinnoh grew on you fast AF, and then Heart Gold Soul Silver came out and Sinnoh was overshadowed in its own generation. Yeah, a lot of people were very nostalgic for Gold and Silver, so when Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, they were all, like, jumping directly on that, you know? So. Alright, well, Aaron's almost level 29, so that's good. My goal is just to get them both to level 30 before I start really doing a whole lot with Flareon and Breloom again. So. And actually, I should mention that this is going to be the team for a little while. We're not going to get our 5th team member for some time yet here, so. Hopefully you like these 4. Well, I'll try to incorporate a few Shadow Pokemon in the team that'll cover our weaknesses and stuff, but, okay, Spot Monitor's responding. That might be one of the Pokemon. No, actually, nothing at the rock spot is anything that I would particularly use to cover weaknesses with this team, but... I mean, hell, like I said, I'd probably, to be honest, just use the... all 3 of the Pokemon in the Cave Pokespot, and that would cover most of our weaknesses right there, so... I didn't buy more fresh water. Well, let's go see what's on the spot monitor, and then I'll come back and buy more if I need to. Excuse me. Didn't like Heart Gold and Soul Silver all that much. It was nice for the nostalgia, but nostalgia only goes so far. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know, it's, I'm trying to think what I liked, if I liked anything about it more than I liked in Gold, Silver, Crystal. I think the main thing that I liked about Heart Gold, Soul Silver was the physical special split being available in Johto, because that wasn't a thing in Gold, Silver, Crystal, and it hurt not having it if you were to go back, so... Yeah. Like, you play Heart Gold, Soul Silver more recently, and then you go back and play Gold, Silver, Crystal, it's like, ah, Scizor is so much weaker now. Okay, we got another Gligar. Just knock it out, Corellia, it's fine. Still looking for that Trapinch. Gonna help Duking out if it's the last thing I do. And to be fair, considering how long it might take to get all these rare Pokemon, it might be the last thing I do. We can't even come back here and look in the final dungeon for reasons that we'll get into later, but yeah, I'm probably gonna pull all my Pokesnacks once we go to the final dungeon. Because it's very long, and it's also very inconvenient to try to come back to the Pokespots from the final dungeon, but like I said, we'll talk about that in a little while. So. Oh, nice! Confusion self-kill. Perfect. Well, not a kill. Not even a KO. It just gets tired and runs away. So, that's fine, though. Good job, Corellia. 262 experience. You're well on your way. Let's replace the Pokesnack that Gligar ate. And then we'll just lie in wait again. We might not get all of the rare Pokemon on this playthrough, by the way, but I'm going to try to trade the ones that I do get over to Duking, because he was obviously having a bit of a rough time finding them, so that way we can see which Pokemon he's got available for trade to us. I don't have any plans to use any of them in my... Well, do I actually? Now that I think about it, I think I need to catch one more ground type for my Purify Chamber stuff to be complete before the final dungeon. Which would be really nice, because the final dungeon has a lot of Shadow Pokemon in it, and I do mean a lot. So, it'd be nice to be able to purify them 9 at a time. You love the wild Pokemon theme in this one? Yeah, the wild Pokemon battle theme in this one is really good, too. It's kind of like... I think it's pretty underrated, to be honest. It's got that whole, like, Wild West feel to it. It's pretty great. It's very appropriate considering the fact that you're basically pioneering a new pastime for the Ore region by going and catching some wild Pokemon rather than either them getting imported to people or you having to catch Shadow Pokemon. So it's pretty cool. Alright, I'm done with making excuses. There's no other excuses I can make at this point to keep myself away. Let's go back to Phaenax City now that we've done literally everything I want to do at the moment. I mean, I could go play more Battle Bingo, but I want to spread that out a little bit because we don't need it that badly. So let's go back to Phaenax City, and we'll warn the mayor that Cypher has probably already attacked the city by this point because I just spent like 3 hours away, so... whoops. I'm back. I mean, I don't know about forever, but I could stay there for a longer time, but I figured I'd take my responsibilities as a trainer seriously. So. Oh, really? Huh, did you grow out of it? You should go back when they get new stock. Kind of weird to refer to your clothing. He's a casual guy. It's kind of weird to refer to his clothing as a uniform, isn't it? I mean, I guess since he's a casual guy, like if that's his profession, if he's a professional casual guy, then yeah, I guess his regular clothes would be his uniform, wouldn't it? Yeah, actually, can you point me to it? Apparently not. Duskull, can you point me to it? No. The mayor's house is up to the left, so we'll go there in a minute, but I'm just checking in with everybody. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I could just buy everything that I could want from you in Rogam Tower, except for the vitamins, but, you know, we'll go back and do that later. Ooh, 3 more Ultra Balls. Not bad. Those will come in handy. Especially since we can't buy them yet, so, you know. Oh, yeah, actually, I've been looking for Marcia, now that I think about it. I would think you would be, considering how glamorous you are. But apparently not. What's up, dude? I have. Oh, yeah, really? That's cool. They're still doing that stuff out there, even though it's been years, so... It's cool that the generations can stay similar like that, you know? Like, they have the same pastimes. I wonder whose house this is. Maybe it's the old dudes out here. Probably. The music, the fact that people are acting strange as AF. How many red flags are we gonna get? I actually really like that, though. Like, I like that there's a bunch of red flags that are subtle-ish to a kid, right? Because this game is supposed to be more kid-friendly. So these red flags, especially if you didn't play Coliseum, would be subtle if you're, you know, like 9, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that range, which is the target audience for this game. But I really dig that, because then all of a sudden it just hits you like a train, and you're like, oh my god! We'll get there, don't worry. Yeah, traveling around. Pre-gym, huh? Still not official, unfortunately, but it's the closest they're gonna get, so... Oh, cool. Maybe he can point me to the mayor's house. Let's go find out. Hi there. Yeah, that's what I heard. What's up, dude? Learning? Oh, really? What kind of things? Sure, what do you got to say? You will show your opponents no mercy. I will show you no mercy. Now get ready! Who are you, the Colonel in disguise? I'm disappointed in you, Colonel! Ah! Sorry, don't know what came over me, I just had to quote that. Justy, right? I am, yeah. Nice to meet you. His speech bubble didn't change, did you see that? Normally, once they introduce themselves to you, the little speech bubble there, it changes over to their name. Well, there's another red flag. What do you mean hectic? Things look pretty peaceful around here. Yeah, that's the idea. I figured I'd warn you too, since you're supposed to be such a great trainer. No, actually, I did not. And I don't like how standoffish you're being about it, Justy. Jackass. Anyway, I know where the mayor's office is, so let's just head over there, and then if, I don't know, we'll go explore the town some more later. But first, let's go back here for... No secret treasure. I mean, I guess it's not a secret behind the waterfall, but there's a waterfall right here. What the hell, game? This theme's kind of a bop to you. Yeah, it's pretty great, actually, isn't it? Because it's got, like, the trappings of Phanex City's original theme in it, but it has that little bit of sinister vibe to it, right? It's great. This is my favorite area in the game. This is my favorite quote-unquote dungeon in the game. It's just so well constructed, in my opinion. It's great. Oh, you haven't seen him either? Man, the people at Real Gam Tower haven't seen him either as well, so, huh. Well, maybe we can go ask him. Maybe he's hanging around inside. Maybe he got a girlfriend. Oh, I was partially right. Hello there, are you the secretary? Oh, really? Huh. Wonder where he went. Well, then I hope you won't mind if I go through his trash. Oh, okay. What, are you guys keeping your sex toys up there? Listen, lady, I know what a sex toy is. I'm a teenage boy with access to the internet. How do you think I figured that shit out? You didn't notice that in this game? That's cool. Yeah, like I said, little hints, little subtle things that they tell you something is not right here. So, I mean, they give you a lot of little hints and they all add up, but yeah, all these little details. It's great. Hyper potions this early are kind of overkill AF. I mean, they still heal 200 HP in this game. Yeah, a little overpowered. Moo Moo Milk would have been enough, but, you know. Hi, Nuzleaf. What's up, old dude? Oh, okay, so it's just a big old landmark now? Interesting. Can I go check anyway if they got anything going on in there? I heard they got a fancy TM in there. No, unfortunately you can't. To be fair, you can buy that TM with Poke Coupons if you've been grinding out the Battle Bingo cards, but I haven't, so. It's pretty nice, actually, yeah. Don't see an oasis in too many of the deserts. Well, good for you guys. I'm glad you found some place that you feel like you belong at. Sorry, I can't even say it with a straight face. No secret behind this waterfall either. Come on, Genius Sonority. That's like Gaming 101. I'm just pulling their leg, it's fine. Hey, old man, what's up? Thanks for keeping the door unlocked, I appreciate it. I like raiding people's houses for all their items. I'm a little hooligan, what can I say? Oh, huh, where'd she go? Did she go to the Pokémart and then they closed the door on her? That wouldn't be good. Oh, well thank you, that's very hospitable of you. I appreciate that. Oh, what kind of tunes you got? We found a music disc. Appears to be a music disc with a song by a pop idol, so probably Jovi would like this stuff, but not really my take, so... Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, I wonder what we can use this music disc for. You know what? I'm gonna take you up on that offer. I think I healed the Pokemon Center, but I'm gonna take a rest anyway. Thanks, old man. He's such a nice old dude. He's the one shining light in this town of darkness, as we'll find out in approximately 5 minutes. Well, I don't know where the mayor went, but I did spot something when we walked in here before, and I'm going to save before we do this. So remember how his quote-unquote secretary was saying that all this is super boring and she wishes there was something to do? Well, if you look behind the TV over there, rather inconspicuous looking object, but actually, it's a music player. So, hang on, how do I... Oh, I have to give it to her, never mind. It's popular with girls, I was going to say. I think you have to put it in here, but no, you got to give it to her. I forgot about that. I was going to say, wait a minute, it's supposed to go into that, but no. Anyway. Well, I have something that might liven the mood for you. So yeah, she's looking for the music disc. That's what she's looking for, and that allows you to continue this little section. There you go. Rumba of Love, huh? Okay. Let's check it out. Yeah, that brings back memories. This is the theme from the multiplayer menu. If you go over to Versus mode, this is the theme that plays in the background of it. It's pretty good. I like it. Should I turn it up? I'll turn it up. Idols are cool, though, even if idol culture is toxic AF. No, and I mean, the music is pretty good. It's just... I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting it to be a bop. That's too far. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good song. Again, the whole soundtrack is fantastic. If you haven't listened to the whole soundtrack at this point, well, I can understand because you're probably trying to avoid spoilers, but yeah, the whole soundtrack's fantastic. Now, if we do this right, you don't have to walk, by the way. You can just... Actually, hang on, let me see what she says first. Oh, okay, fair enough. She has to get her Rouge of Love! So, let's just walk on by. You don't have to walk, you could just run right up here if you want, but I like sneaking. I also like how they kind of muffle the sound as well when you're up here, because it would make sense. You have a whole floor where the sound is being muffled by. Now, the stairs would obviously cause the acoustics to come up here, but I don't know. It's just one of those little details, again. I'm going to save up here, too, actually. It's little details like those in games. They're just... Mwah! Grandissimo! I don't know any Italian, even though I am Italian. I apologize. Well, the mayor's robes are up here. He's also got a bunch of sake on the table. What's this? The mayor's notes. Oh, that's not good. This appears to be a letter from the mayor to Justy. Let's take a look, shall we? Mikey has read the letter. Let's find out what it says. Justy, there's bad trouble brewing. Of all places, our beloved Fanac is now the target of Cypher. Oh, he already knew. Oh, boy. Already, Cypher's members are secretly taking the places of prominent members of our community. Wait a minute. So Justy not changing his name, all the people acting suspicious, the town having strange music by comparison to Coliseum. They're already here! Oh my god! See, that was me when I was like 12 or 13 when I played. No, actually, this game came out in 2005, so I was like 14 or 15 when I played this game. And, I mean, I could see a few of the little things coming, but all that together, when I first read the note, I was like, oh my god, they actually did it. It was so cool. Such a cool little moment. If something's not done, the city will be taken over by Cypher without anyone noticing what's happened, because they're all replacing everyone. Oh boy. Justy, I must turn to you for help. We need your abilities to overcome the crisis facing our city. You, as the leader of the Prestige Precept Center, why didn't you just write Pre-Gym? Should be able to do something. It may be too late, however. Already, I feel threatened by what, Mr. Mayor? By what? The letter ended abruptly, no! Oh shit, caught red-handed. Hi. You know, it did cross my mind, just thinking about it. What the? She's a Cypher peon in disguise! Yeah, again, at this point, who didn't see that coming, but like, still. Absolute 10 out of 10. This whole city is fantastic with this little section here. It's great. I love it. Love it so much. Just shows how much of a terrorist organization that Cypher is. They literally took over an entire city, replaced all the townspeople with their own agents, and nobody outside noticed this. Let's be clear on that too. Hi, Shadow Snowrunt. Nobody noticed this. The only reason why we have any idea what the hell is going on right now is because Net got some information on the data ROM about their next planned attack. If we didn't get the info off that data ROM, Phaenax City would have been a Cypher fortress by now. Well, maybe not by now, but like by later in the game. Like this would have been like a late game dungeon if we didn't get here as quickly as we did. Also, we're incredibly over-leveled for this section, so that's great. Shadow Snowrunt is very balanced, really. It's once it evolves into Glalie, it evolves late, but once it evolves into Glalie, it has very balanced stats. I think everything is base 80. And I mean, it gets Ice Beam. I think you can give it Earthquake as well, so I guess it's not awful. Probably a pretty decent mixed attacker. I don't know, I've never personally used it all that much, to be honest. It's just kind of... Ice as a type is kind of hard to fit into a team by itself, you know? Hell, I have a hard enough time trying to fit water and ice into a team, so... Yeah, sometimes I don't manage it. But yeah, it's great. I love this whole section of the game. It's fantastic. Again, probably my favorite. My favorite part of the game, so... I'm just gonna keep mud slapping the Snowrunt. We'll get Breloom in here once Golbat's taken care of, because I definitely don't want to bring Breloom in with a flying types on the field. That's not a good idea at all. Okay, so we should be able to take care of that without too much trouble. In this particular case, yeah, we probably would want Light Screen, and pretty soon we'll be able to have it, so then even if we, don't have a Shadow Pokemon necessarily in the team, we can still tank out the Shadow hits. That will mean that we won't need to keep Shadow Pokemon in the team just to tank out hits, because it's actually more efficient to purify them by just keeping them in the Purify Chamber at this point, so... Yeah, with Reflect and Light Screen, Shadow moves will become a little bit less threatening, because even if they're super effective, we'll be able to tank them out, so... And there aren't any Shadow moves, as far as I'm aware, that, Oh no, Shadow Shed removes Reflect and Light Screen, doesn't it? So I guess we'll have to be mindful of that, but other than that, I think we're in pretty good shape in that department, so... Oh, that's a Mightyena. Definitely gonna need Breloom in here now, so... Where are the normal townsfolk? We will find out, but they're not in a good place right now, that's for sure. We will find out, though. I think Aaron should be able to stay in for a little bit here, actually. I definitely want to get Curlia out of here, though, with the Mightyena, so... Let's get Breloom in. And then just keep mud slapping, because after this one, Snowrunt should be in catch range, and then I can probably just throw a ball at it and try to catch it, and have Breloom take care of Mightyena. See, Mightyena is one of those Pokemon names where you just can't win with it, you know? Like... If you say it Mightyena, you're mispronouncing hyena. If you say it Mightyena, how do you keep hitting Aaron? If you say Mightyena, there we go. I say Mightyena, so it takes a little bit for my brain to struggle to grasp around that. But if you say Mightyena, you're mispronouncing mighty. So you just can't win with it. Oh boy. Anyway. Well, I'm going to hold on to the mayor's note, but I should probably also take care of catching this Snowrunt. So let's do this. Breloom can Brick Break the Mightyena, take it out, and then I'll Stun Spore it next turn if need be. We got 20 Pokeballs, though, so that should be good for all the catches we're going to do here. I think there's almost 10 Shadow Pokemon to catch in Phoenix City, so quite a lot, but we should be okay. It is nuts. Who coordinated this? Apparently Cypher did, and apparently they're pretty good at all this, so... Again, actually a little terrifying how much they're able to do here. Can you imagine, like, if you were just replaced? Like, this is Twilight Zone shit, right? You're just replaced by somebody else, and no one in the outside world knows that you are no longer you. It's like, just brain, just explosion. So, no, I definitely wasn't, but I'm gonna find it anyway. What makes you say that? Probably because they replaced Justy 2. Oh boy. Oh, ONBS has something new on the network. Let's see. Before we walk downstairs and get ambushed. Well, I'm glad the news is keeping their priorities straight. Well, fair enough. It'll give everybody something to do once they're no longer being taken over by a terrorist organization. I'm gonna heal before we go down there because I get the sneaking suspicion that someone is going to try to rail me when I go down the stairs. And that's not a good kind of rail. It's a very bad kind of rail. Let's take the Hyper Potions up here for now. We don't really need them that badly yet. Yeah, I should top Curlia off. Snorunt can stay at 15 HP, though, because if we need Snorunt for anything, it'll be tanking Shadow moves, so... Let's see what we got. That's pretty good, actually. Although that's probably about normal for a Snorunt. It's got, like, base 60, I want to say, in all of its stats, so... That's about right. Oh, and it's got Shadow Shed, so I can even check. Yeah, so we got to keep an eye out for Pokemon, Shadow Pokemon specifically, that have Shadow Shed, because that will eliminate Reflect. Those will be the ones that I'll want to have a priority at catching when we're catching stuff, but yeah, once we get rid of those, we should be okay to keep Reflect and Light Screen up. Well, anyway, let's save again, because this sequence, there's a couple of Shadow Pokemon that you can catch before you can kind of freeform it after that, so I'd rather save so I don't have to redo it, you know. Hi there. Well, yeah, the whole town's getting replaced by Cypher Peons. Oh, no. Not you, too! Oh, boy. And it's kind of funny, actually, thinking about it, because, like, you go through the Shadow Pokemon lab, and you're kind of like, okay, well, Cypher's kind of goofy. I don't know if they could really pull anything crazy off. And then they do this, and it's like, oh my god, they're learning. As a Shadow Pineco. Nice. That can also be a dual screener, by the way, in case you need more reasons to do it. Pineco, and by extension Fortress, are more defensive, though, so... You probably won't get a whole lot of physical attack out of them. They do have base 90 attack power, but I think the best move that they can learn that they can use to take advantage of that is probably like Earthquake, because there aren't a whole lot of good Steel-type moves in Gen 3, and most of them require you to have like appendages that Pineco doesn't have, so yeah, usually it doesn't work too well for him. I'm going to try to get Murkrow the hell out of here, though, because I don't feel like getting feint attacked or something. That even still hurt by itself, so... Yeah, Shadow Explosion. Oh, don't... I don't even want to think about that. That would be bad. But yeah, Pineco and Fortress are a pretty good defensive pivot. It can learn Spikes, so that's solid. That's pretty good, especially in this situation, because in double battles, that means double the Spikes damage. It can learn Screens. It has access to Self-Destruct and Explosion, so if you need that, that's not bad, although that would be a little bit experience-intensive for it, but, you know. Oh, Ariados, okay. I think I'm going to leave Pineco by itself for a minute, and just take care of everything else first. That seems like a decent idea, although that just... Shadow Bliss just kicked my ass, so... yeah, it's fine. We'll be able to take care of this. Get Curlia a bunch of experience. Because if we knock out the Ariados before Pineco can knock Curlia out, we've gotten all the experience from this battle then, so it's fine. Now, if Ariados knocks Curlia out, which it did not because Aaron's going to knock it out right now, that wouldn't have been good, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've never used Pineco or Fortress in any game, Pokemon game that I've played. it doesn't really have a lot of offensive potential in most Pokemon games where I would want to catch it, and by the time the physical special split happens, I don't know, it still kind of gets screwed because there aren't a whole lot of Steel-type moves that it can take advantage of, and again, one of the best Bug-type moves that it could use would be like X-Scissor, but it needs an appendage to use that, so it really gets screwed in the offense department. So, yeah, it's not really my cup of tea. It's more defensive than I usually like with my Pokemon, but, I mean, it's not bad. It's got great defense. It's got only one major weakness, so... As a matter of fact, I think it only has one weakness, period. Fire, so... Because it gets rid of its fighting and ground weaknesses with its bug typing. It gets rid of its flying and rock weaknesses with its steel typing, so... Yeah. Yeah, if Ariados was a little faster, I think Ariados would be a lot more useful. It just doesn't have the speed, unfortunately, to really be all that useful. I mean, it gets agility later, so that helps it out a little bit, but you still need to set it up, you know? So, I like Ariados, though. It's, again, if it was a little faster, I think it'd be one of my favorite bug types, but... I guess we have Venomoth for that. Venomoth gets Quiver Dance and all that, so if I need speed, there you go. Alright, now, let's do False Swipe, I guess, and Aaron. I don't know if I want to Mud Slap, actually, because I want to keep the power points for now, so... I think I'll just Freshwater Curlia, actually, because I might want to switch Curlia in and just put up a Reflect, so... I kind of want to see if the AI is smart enough to actually use Shadow Shed if it has it when, when we have it up. That's true too, yeah, Galvantula helps out with the lack of turns setting up, so that's a pretty good alternative. Alright, Curlia back in the game. Swap around, spread the damage around until I can go to that guy's house and heal again. You know, the color coordination here is pretty nice. Usually I try to have my Pokemon have less of the same colors, but Breloom and Gardevoir are very on point with their colors. It's like the exact same green. Well, actually Curlia is a little lighter now that I look at it, but still. What's the word the kids say? Is it on fleek? I am not nearly caught up enough on modern sayings and phrases to tell you if that's correct or not, but there you go. It's a furry spider, and it's adorable. You're arachnophobic and still love Galvantula. No, I love Galvantula too, it's great. It's probably one of my favorite both bug and electric types, to be honest. It's one of those, and I think if I remember right, it's based on one of those like jumping spiders that are really, really smart, that know how to, like they're the ones that are in the wild that you see on a lot of the nature documentaries that have the gigantic eyes, and they can determine with their small bug brains how trajectory works so that they can jump from branch to branch and get their prey. And for a bug, that's incredibly sophisticated in behavior. So it's pretty great. We caught Pineco, by the way, so that's good. It's got sturdy. Kind of wish that would be something for later. It's got good defenses and everything like that, though. It kind of reminds me of Aaron a little bit with its stats, because those are pretty similar. It does have Shadow Shed, so I guess we could have tested that, but oh well. Alright, well that takes care of that. How bad could the Cypher takeover possibly be, though? Let's go outside and find out. Uh-oh, Justy's coming out to greet us. He cloned himself! Oh, god damn it, Justy. You used Double Team for real? Come on, man. This is not Justy. Oh, no. Oh, no. They learned how to count! No! How am I supposed to beat them in battle now that they learned how to count? Oh, my god. Yeah, it's the Hexagon brothers. They're all dressed as Justy. Fantastic. Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose, though, when all of you are just hanging around in the town square and the random townsfolk are like, wait, what the hell? So... I think you have to beat all 6 of the Hexagon brothers in order to get into pre-gym. Like, I think one of them drops a key or something so you can get in, if I recall correctly. We'll go beat them in a minute, but first I need to heal up. So... least I think that's how it works. I don't think you can just go straight into pre-gym. Oh my god, please stop. Don't give him credit for that. Double team is not a viable strategy. I don't think it is. Maybe I'm just salty from people double team spamming. I don't know. Someone you follow on Twitch and YouTube is currently soft resetting for shiny starters and Brilliant Diamond. Oh boy. Well, I wish them good luck. Hopefully they get it sooner rather than later. Yeah, you count 6. You called it. Yep, Hexagon Brothers. They're all dressed up, and I am going to keep this team composition even no matter what they have. But let's battle around Pyrite Town. Phaenax City, shall we? No shadow Pokemon out here for right now. The next one we're going to catch is inside of pre-gym, but, well, I'd rather beat all the trainers outside first. Yeah, you couldn't have seen me unless you're a spy. Sure you are. Of course I don't. You spoiled your own surprise. Hi, Re6. Because I'm a kid. Why would I let things slide by? That's the only way I can pull the wool over on the adults. I am so over-leveled, yeah. These guys have, like, Pokemon in the low 20s, and here I am with level 25 to 30 Pokemon. It's nuts. I probably should have 6 at this point, just hanging around in the team, like 6 Pokemon, just so I could keep my numbers down, but I'm too strong for that, apparently. I see he replaced his Houndour with a Numel. It's a good choice. I approve. Numel's pretty good, especially once you evolve it. I think Headbutt will do more damage than Mudslap will, even if Mudslap's super effective, because it's like, what, base 20 power versus base 70, so... We'll just knock them out and pretend like I'm back in Coliseum in Phaenax City, because these levels are pretty similar, actually. Matter of fact, I think Coliseum Phaenax City had a little higher levels, now that I think about it. Now I can KO with Mudslap. Oh yeah, I used up all of my other items for status healing on the last episode while I was training Ralts, so I actually managed to use a burn heal because I got burned by, I think, a Slugma having Magma armor or Flame Body or something. No, it's probably Flame Body. So I managed to use my burn heal that I had on that, and then the Paralyze heals I ended up using because somebody was paralyzing my Pokemon left and right, so... I've only got full heals now, which means our inventory looks nice and clean. Other than the Pokesnacks, but those are just kind of there in case the spot monitor goes off. Almost there, Curlia. Probably not from this battle, but the next battle you should get your good move. Wonder how Cole's doing right now. He's getting all of his stuff moved into the apartment at the moment, and I believe at the moment he's setting up his... Well, he's got the internet set up over there. He just has to connect the modem to the router and then the router to his computer. And then he's in good shape. He's got Wi-Fi, and then he's also got a direct line to his computer, so... He's probably basking in the glory of his newfound two-screen desktop computer as we speak. He got 2 screens to go instead of the one screen that he was using before this, so... He's probably pretty happy about that. I've heard once you get 2 screens, you can't go back to using one, so I guess that's a life-changing decision. We got Battle CD 19 for beating Re6. You get a Battle CD from, I think, each of the Hexagon Brothers, if I remember right, so yeah. It's pretty good. It'll give us a nice collection of them once we go back to Rogam Tower after this. Hey, guy. I am, because I'm starting to wonder if I can trust anybody in this town. Evidently, you're not one of them. And by that I mean you're not someone I can trust. Give an Absol a bad name by being a bad guy and using one. Come on, man. They already get a bad rap from everybody else. Can I just KO Pucciano with Shockwave? I feel like I could. I don't know if it's smart to leave Curlia out and try to do that, but I feel like I could. Oh, I traced Run away. Good. I'm going to need it. Definitely mud-slapping the Magnemite, though. Ain't got nothing else that'll work on it, so... Gonna get an ice cream sandwich? Alright, sounds good. We'll grab that. Well, that'll definitely KO. Ice cream sandwich sounds pretty good right about now, actually, not gonna lie. Maybe a check our freezer and see if we have any left over. Probably not, but maybe I'll check and see after I'm done. But I got about an hour to go before I'm done, so yeah. Oh look, my least favorite move. And again, not even a good confuse move. It can't hit things. Oh, rapid spin. Boy, if I was using spikes right now, that would be pretty good. But I'm not. What I think is probably going to happen for the next 4 levels, and probably right now as well with Curlia, is that Curlia is going to end up in situations like that where it almost one-hit KOs things, but it doesn't quite have enough power to do it, just because of its stat total. So, I mean, it's fine, whatever. We'll get better. Especially now that we're level 26, we should get better right away, because, yeah, Curlia learns Psychic at level 26, which is crazy. I would think you'd learn Psybeam here and Psychic later on, but I'm not going to look a Gift Horse in the mouth, so let's get rid of Confusion for that. Excuse me. Burn some power point-ups on that later. I don't remember when we get power point-ups in this game, now that I think about it. But it's okay. And that'll make Curlia get KOs a lot easier, unless they're dark types, and case in point. There you go. That's why I want to get Curlia the hell out of here. Breloom, your fighting typing is necessary, again. Aaron should be able to tank things out. Yeah, that's why you say every Gardevoir should have Psychic. It does get it so early, so there's really no excuse. And then you can use the Psychic TM on something else, which was my plan originally for this playthrough, but the Pokemon that I wanted to use Psychic on, it can't actually learn Psychic by TM in this generation, as it turns out. It can only learn it by breeding. Which is like, what? Why can it learn it by breeding but not TM? Excuse me? Why? Yeah, Game Freak, please. I don't understand. I don't know. Just break it, Breloom. I don't need to understand anymore. That'll do the job. Aaron is catching up pretty quick though. Aaron's almost level 29, which is pretty close, not only to the rest of our team, but also to the point where Aaron evolves. That's good. And yeah, all the Cypher members that are in town, when you beat them in battle, they'll just leave, so, yeah. I don't think you can go straight to the stadium, though. That is our ultimate goal here, is to get into the stadium, but I don't think you can just go straight there, because I don't think they let you go up there. Even though the old dude that's up there is definitely a Cypher Peon in disguise. Like, I don't even have to front there. I don't even have to be like, yeah, that's maybe not, but no, it's definitely a Cypher Peon in disguise. So... But I don't think they let you go there until you go to pre-gym. I'm going to get rid of Calm Mind, which is probably kind of dumb, but I mean, if we need Calm Mind back, I can get it back by using the move reminder over at Mount Battle, so that's at least not bad. But I'm going to get Light Screen up because having dual screens will probably come in pretty handy for us. And now all I need to do is get Curlia Thunderbolt, because it can learn that by TM. Actually, maybe Gardevoir might be the only one that can learn that by TM. I would have to look back to find out. But once we get Thunderbolts... Curlia is going to be basically done with her moveset for the rest of the game, so. It's okay, you started losing your soul to breeding in Gen 4. Oh yeah, well, breeding a whole bunch of Pokemon just sort of, it does that. It sort of collapses your soul into a singularity after a while. So. They do? Why would they like snooty kinds of cool guys? I would feel like that would just make them feel standoffish after a while. But Justy's not a snooty kind of cool guy. And there's that. It is for Gardevoir, yeah. It's one of your go-to TMs to teach Gardevoir. Yeah, and it gives it pretty good coverage, too, so... It's not a bad choice. I feel like this battle is kind of reminiscent of one of them... Or no, two of them, actually, from Coliseum, because, oh, I got Levitate there. There's a really good one that I'll probably not get to use at all in this battle, but there you go. But yeah, because I think one of the people that we fought in the city had a coughing in Coliseum, and then I think the color-coded Cypher Peons in Coliseum had a Grimer, I want to say, as well. Yeah, because it evolved into a Muck later, so yeah, they had one. They had a Spoink, too. I love the animation for Psychic in this one. It's so cool, the pattern that it makes. It's fantastic. Much better than just souped up confusion. A while, bro. I fetched a few thousand in Gen 6 alone. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it. This is definitely not going to do much to Grimer, but that's okay. Just get the accuracy drop, and that will help. Especially in that particular case, because I definitely don't want that. I hate that. That's why I have Shockwave. And Tentacle will take a little bit from this, so... It should 2-hit. Yeah, that probably is a 2-hit KO. So. Unfortunately, sir, that's not going to work like you're hoping. Kirlia is not a fairy type yet. And Aaron, of course, doesn't even care, so... You still love that one shiny hunt you did? You stocked up on snacks and drinks. You were prepared to not leave your room all weekend. You got your shiny hatch on the 6th egg. Oh, that's funny. Probably saved you a lot of time, but it's still pretty funny. I don't even want to say I'm sorry, because that's like great luck. So, and damn, now what do I do all weekend? Hatch another one. Probably. Okay, and Aaron is level 29. Perfect. Who am I going to train with Kirlia after this? Oh, Iron Tail. There's a pretty solid move. Less accuracy than Metal Claw, because Metal Claw's got that 95% accuracy. It can raise the user's attack, but this is like 100 base power. Yeah, so this can even lower defense as well, and I think it has the same chance of lowering defense as Metal Claw had of raising attack, so it's about similar with more power. Obviously less power points, but the nice thing about Iron Tail, though, is that I was planning on having Aaron be called anyway, like I'd call it to raise its accuracy. And if you call a Pokemon and a move has 75% accuracy, it has like practically 100% accuracy after that anyway, so because it raises it by 1/3 of its total accuracy, and that means it raises it by 25%, which gives it 100% accuracy. So basically what I'm saying is I'm going to get rid of Metal Claw and give it Iron Tail, and now Aaron should hit like a train, basically, once if I'm hitting neutrally, that should hit like monstrously powerfully, and even more so once we evolve in a few levels. So, matter of fact, we can even check in a moment once I get the next turn, because I can call and then slam that Zubat with Iron Tail if it lives a Psychic. I'll do it in the next battle. It's not going to live a Psychic. Who am I kidding? You could. It was a Venonat. Venonat's cute. Yeah, Venonat is a cool Pokemon. I like it. I mean, I already talked about how much I like Venomoth just a little while ago. So, there's a lot of bug types that I enjoy, though. I don't know, I'm pretty easy to please, though, when it comes to Pokemon aesthetics. I mean, hell, I like Magneton, and it's just a bundle of magnets stuck together, so... I don't know if I like Magneton as much aesthetically as I do utility-wise, though. I think I like it more utility-wise than aesthetic-wise, but... I don't know, I guess I don't mind it. I mentioned this before, but each generation is going to have a few aesthetic designs that aren't really as prolific as some of the other ones, you know, so it's like, whatever. I know, I'm overpowered for this dungeon, what can I say? Ooh, what do you leave? Battle CD 8. Okay. We're going to have quite a few Battle CDs by the time we're done here, I think. The rate we're going. You don't like how the daycares in modern Pokemon are nurseries now? They only support breeding now. No more raising Pokemon for... They took that out? Really? Goes to show how much I use them. So now they see no use instead of little use. Pretty much, yeah. Unless you want to, you know, breed them for competitive. But yeah, it was nice in some cases. Case in point, Pokemon Coliseum, where you could get rid of their Shadow Bar and stuff, and it still had a decent use if you wanted to raise them for other stuff, because they leveled pretty quick in Coliseum. I don't know. It feels like a wasted opportunity, I guess. I'm not even going to go heal. I was going to go heal, but it's fine. We'll do this floor of the city first, because there's a few Justies to fight here. And then we'll go down to the first floor, and then after that we'll go to Pre-Gym. This is Greasix, because he keeps talking about everything being sixfold. Well, you guys are bit players right now until you get that administrative promotion, but who's going to be the admin once you get there? I hope you're not going to just let Resix take that promotion from you. No, at least we have something to use Psychic on. So yeah, let's see how hard Iron Tail hits on these probably level 18 Pokemon in just a moment. Oh, I got Sand Veil. I can do some Justy strats now. That's fun. Alright. You got this, Aaron! I love how I've kind of been keeping with the aesthetic of this game with calling. And the original game in Coliseum, I was like, hey, wake the fuck up. In this one, I'm being an actual kid about it. I'm like, no, you got this. Go, Aaron. Being actually supportive rather than just being a dick. So. Alright, now who do I hit with Iron Tail? Probably not Shroomish, because I don't want to get Effect Spored, so... Goodbye, Cacnea. Yeah, the only problem we're going to have with Psychic for a little while is just going to be the fact that we don't have a lot of power points for it, but we've got Ethers, we've got like 9 of them, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. And there you go. I mean, I guess it's a level 18 Cacnea, not exactly a good example, but we'll find better examples. I could try KOing that Lotad with it. I've been seeded. As a matter of fact, I think I am going to do that just to be dumb. See how much this does to a Lotad on a resisted hit. I mean, it's an Aaron, so it's not going to KO it probably, but... You're having too much fun with Shining Pearl. Just wish you could do Gym 4 before 3, Crash Awake before Maylene, but they roadblock that route and force you to go to Veilstone first. I get it's the intended route, but come on. I hate that about more... Oh my god, it actually KO'd. I hate that about more modern Pokemon games when they roadblock you from going to other places. Like, come on now. How do I express my agency as a player if you just roadblock me all the time? Yeah, I never liked that. Honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why I still like Gen 1, and by extension Fire Red and Leaf Green, is because that whole section in the middle of the game is so freeform, where you can just go to whichever city you want and do whichever of the middle gyms you want, as long as you get all of those badges. I mean, obviously you have to do the first, like, 2. You don't even have to do the 3rd gym when you go to Vermilion City. You could come back and do that later if you want, but everything from the 3rd gym to the 7th gym is completely freeform. Do whatever order you want. So, I don't know. I always liked that, and again, I think it's one of the reasons why I still enjoy Gen 1 in some way. It's because they've got that freeform itty to it. I don't think that's an actual word, but, you know, I'm making stuff up. We'll need to go buy more fresh water pretty soon, but I'll have an excuse to leave, probably, if I need to. So, another battle CD, number 28. I don't know what all these have on them exactly, but we'll find out. But if we go back into the mayor's house, apparently these two are having a bit of a powwow. Can you two get a room? Preferably not this room, because, you know, this is the mayor's house and not your house. I mean, it looks like a show to me. Yeah, you gotta fight these two color-coded peons in a row. Well, then you should count me as merciful, because I'm going to let you walk away after this and live with the shame. Remember your Aerodactyl solo? You skipped Surge and fought Erica, then you did the Pokemon Tower and Sabrina, and then you fought Koga and Surge, because you needed badges to make sure your Aerodactyl listened to you. Yeah, that always helps, right? So. Alright, we got a Chinchou, we got an Electrike. I got Static, that's a good ability to trace. I probably won't KO Chinchou if I just do this, but I don't know, it seems like a good idea to me. I'm just gonna Mud Slap the Electrike. It's not gonna do that much damage, but I just don't want to get, you know, staticked if I can. I probably will anyway, because I'm just gonna, like, you know. Yeah, actually, I could Mud Slap the Chinchou next turn, now that I look at its HP. I wasn't sure. Oh, Flail? What kind of actual strategy is this? But yeah, I can Mud Slap that and knock it out next turn. And so we'll just switch. Switch your target. That did over half. Holy hell. Aaron, you are strong. And you will only get stronger as we go along here. Like having agency like that in games. It might be why you adore Etrian Odyssey so much. I mean, yeah, there's a story that will happen, but all the other stuff is more interesting, and it's not set in stone. It's always nice when a player is able to express agency in a game's, like, meanderings, basically, you know? Like, you don't necessarily... It's nice when you can express agency in the plot, too, but it's usually kind of hard for the plot to feel, like, really cohesive if there's a lot of agency to it. Oh no, Supersonic actually hit. So it's nice when you can express it in the plot, but if it's just like expressing agency in the side stuff, usually I'm pretty okay with it, you know, and being able to do things in a certain order the way that you might want to. So, well, I think so. We can definitely KO Chin Chow at this point, but I might switch. I'm gonna switch to Flareon. I've been switching to Breloom too much, and Breloom's gonna get like over-leveled by comparison. Let's give Flareon a chance in the sun. Not even in the sun though, because we're in a building. It's okay, though. All of our guys are pretty close to evolving at this point, though. I mean, Curly is, after we get that level, Curly is going to be, 3 levels out from evolving. Aaron's like 2.5. Flareon and Breloom are already evolved. Come to think of it, I think Curlia and Aaron are going to be our last 2 actual evolutions, now that I think about it. Because once you get a little later in the game, a lot of the Shadow Pokemon that you can catch are already fully evolved, so... Yeah, we only have 1, 2, 3 more evolutions for the whole team. So that's, I guess, a little bit boring, but, well, it's fine. Last night he found a town guard who was trying to mine for crystals to sell so he could buy medicine for his sick son. You have the option of giving him crystals, but if you didn't know about this, like you just have to send him away on his way with a simple good luck. Then he leaves, and that closes the event, and you have no idea what happened to him after. Oh boy. Yeah, that's scary. Where did he go? Is he okay? I don't think that's how adoption works, man. Okay, well, he dropped a CD, so I guess I'll have to grab that now. But I like battling. I don't want to leave you alone. Well, you can't do that from in here. Who's watching in here other than me? I think you're just sick of me at this point. Well, get used to me, bro, because I'll be back again at a later date, so... I can see that you've actually done a little more training than your brothers. You've got some evolved Pokemon, so that's cool. Definitely gonna give Aaron a quick call here. Vital Spirit, that's not bad, especially with Noctowl on the field. That could try to hypnosis me. So, all right, Aaron, you can do it. That's how Etrian Odyssey works. There's all this cool stuff that happens that isn't plot. You feel more for the side characters than anything else. And it's always nice, right? Because that makes the world feel more alive when you're going through it, so. It's kind of like the first time I played through Dragon Warrior, to be honest. And I mean, you know, it was an older game. I played it on the Game Boy version, so I guess I got a more updated version than usual. But I wasn't really expecting much because it's like an older-ish RPG. There was this whole section in the mid-game where I was just kind of like meandering around. I wasn't really sure where I should go at that point because there wasn't really any clear indication of, oh, this is where you should go because it's an old school RPG. They didn't really give you that stuff. So I'm like level 9 or 10, right? And I wander into this random cave on the east side of the world. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I got enough herbs. I can probably explore around this cave. I got a fancy axe. It's probably fine. And I explore around the cave. And I encounter a dragon. And from what I understand, you're not supposed to kill this dragon at level 9 or 10. And I ended up killing it. As it turns out, this dragon was guarding the princess of the first town of the game. And I just rescued her, like, way earlier in the game than I was probably supposed to. You're probably not supposed to be in there until you're, like, level 14 or 15. But I just rescued her at like level 10. I felt so accomplished, and it just felt like a side quest. I was like, this is great. Like, for an old school RPG to have that kind of depth in just some random dungeon. Like, you didn't even have to go find her as far as I'm aware, unless I skipped over like a story bit where you do have to go find her, but far as I'm aware, she could stay in that cave the whole game, if I remember right. I've only played it a couple of times, so I don't know the whole details, but yeah, it's this great little moment where you could just wander into this cave. Now, the monsters outside you probably can't really take on until you're about level 6 or 7, but you could feasibly wander into that cave at like level 6 or 7. You'd probably get your ass kicked by especially the dragon at that point, because you just don't have enough HP to tank it all out. But I mean, when I tell you I used every one of my herbs, I used every single one of my herbs going into that cave. So it was pretty great. It was a great little moment, especially for an older RPG. Like, I didn't have moments like those. It's one of the reasons why I really enjoy Dragon Warrior 1 specifically. I haven't played any of the other Dragon Quest games, but I've heard good things about them, so. You aren't a Cypher Peon, right? Oh yeah, that was Cypher. Yeah. That, I don't know. I'm still looking for him. I'll keep you informed, though. It is cool, AF. It's a great little moment where you just kind of... Like I said, it's just you stumble into the cave and you wander through because you're like, okay, it's a cave. It's probably got some decent loot in it, so you'll just wander around. You wander around and you find a fucking dragon, and you just kill it. And the princess is like, "Hi, I'm the Princess of Tantagle," and you're like, "What? What? Excuse me, what? How did you get here?" "Oh, the dragon kidnapped me." "Oh, do you want to go home?" "Sure." And then you just take her home, and the whole kingdom's like, "Holy shit!" Oh, it's a great little moment. I love it. So, alright, Aaron's almost level 30, then we can swap these two out. They've been seeing the light of day for a while, but that's okay. Gives them a chance to shine. I forget how many trainers are down here. I think the first place that I want to go, though, is I want to go to the... I think I want to go to the Pokemon Center, actually, so I can stick Pineco and Snorunt in the Purify Chamber. Because that might not be a bad idea. Well, what if I need them to tank Shadow hits, though? Because I can purify them later. No, actually, I think I want to stick them in the Purify Chamber because I will need them for some of the sets that I was talking about after we're done with this area, so... No, there isn't, actually. Well, you could go chat with that old dude, but I don't know how many people he's actually going to let sleep in his house. Yeah, the Pokemon Center's attendant isn't even here, as I'll show you in a moment. They've kidnapped everyone of vital import in this town. Alright, so let's stick Snorunt here, I guess? That's probably fine. Let's rotate this and see if we get a flow bonus. No, we do not. Okay, that's fine. 2. Actually, yes, let me keep editing sets. Whoop, that's the wrong box. I'm just pressing every button but the one I'm supposed to. There we go. Let's rotate this. No flow bonus. Okay, well, we'll leave you like that. And they will purify out, and by the time we're done here, they might be done, actually. So, yeah, see, the attendant isn't even here, and unfortunately, we can't jump over shoulder-height walls. Otherwise, I'd jump right over that, and I'd use the healing machine, but yeah, we can't do that, unfortunately. I want to chat this guy up because I know he's a Cypher Peon, but he's also got another dark type, so maybe let's go this way first. Hey, Shopkeep. Yeah, I heard, but I'm starting to think that your holiday isn't paid time off. I could. Oh boy. Alright, well, let's see if we can beat this guy up, and then we'll go from there. I'm thinking we get done with pre-gym today, and then I call it a day. That seems like a pretty good stopping point. But we'll see how long that takes. This bottom section of the town is the last thing we're doing before pre-gym, and, I mean, then pre-gym might only take, like, a couple of minutes, so... Volbeat I don't like, because it could definitely do big, bad things to me, so let's do this and this. Let's see what everybody does to me. It would have been better if you had traced... Well, actually, Thick Fat wouldn't come into play here, I guess, so... Unless for some reason, Volbeat has an Ice-type attack. Definitely can't learn anything with fire, but, you know. I wish Volbeat and Illumise got a little bit more to distinguish them as bug types, to be honest. Because, like, even within their own generation, they're inferior to Plusle and Minun because they don't get abilities that synergize with one another for double battles. And after Gen 3, they pretty much just fell off the bandwagon completely. Like, nobody used them after Gen 3, really. They ended up dropping straight down to the lowest possible tiers for Smogon and all that stuff. But again, even within Gen 3, they're pretty well forgettable. So, I mean, I guess one has access to Tail Glow, but that's about it. So I just wish they did more with them to distinguish them. Maybe gave them different types. Like, can you imagine, like, a Bug Fire-type Volbeat and a Bug Electric-type Illumise or something like that? That'd be kind of interesting, I think. I don't even know if Bug Electric would be appropriate for Illumise, but Fairy, I guess, wasn't around just yet, so... Spoink knows. He's like, oh, that Aaron is going to hit me hard and I don't want it. Would the shopkeeper understand if you raid his stock to kick out Cypher? I'll ask them. Oh my god, I killed it through Reflect. Aaron, you're scary. But yeah, I guess I can ask him after we're done with this part. Just to find out. Well, I hate to break it to you, Viper, but Reflect is not going to save you. Excuse me. That's it, just keep attacking the Steel type with your normal type moves. That's why she's here. She's the tank. She's gonna be a kaiju soon, though. I guess she's a kaiju in training at the moment, but you know. Alright, Whalmer. And there's no light screen up, so this will actually help okay unless Illumise decides to use it. That almost KO'd Illumise through a Reflect. That's still absurd. Just absurd to me. Well, Curly is taking care of... Is Curly taking care of Illumise? No, Curly is taking care of Whalmer, so let's just do this to get rid of Illumise. No, you hit the wrong person. She's not the tank. Oh boy. Speaking of tanking, I think I'm finally comfortable with, well, actually, tanking is a non sequitur to this, but I think I'm finally comfortable with my healing kit in all of the Shadowbringers dungeons for Final Fantasy XIV, so... Ow. Like, I wasn't really completely comfortable with my healing kit from 71 to 80 before this, so normally in the 14 streams that we've done before this, I spend most of the time getting used to my kit, and I'm not fully, like, competent with it, even by the time we're done with that particular stream. So now, when we play Shadowbringers for the stream, I'll actually be semi-competent with my kit, and I'll know what the hell I'm doing. Which I guess will make me look a little more professional, at least, even though it won't actually be true when we do it, so... I'll be honest, though, I've thought about the logistics of the 14 streams a lot recently, especially considering the fact that Cole moved over to the... is practically moved over to his apartment now. He's over there right now, as far as I'm aware. I think he's coming back here for dinner tonight, but after that he's going over there and he's gonna sleep there, he's gonna hang out there, he's gonna use a space heater over there because it's probably cold over there. But I've been thinking about the logistics of it for a lot, and I think that there may actually be, like, the longer that we wait to do any of the other expansions besides Shadowbringers, the harder it's going to be for the both of us to realistically, like, both play at the same time. And it's going to be really hard to not have Cole's character in the 14 streams, so I think... I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but I think Shadowbringers might be the last expansion that we cover for 14. It's just... It's mostly just logistics, to be honest. I just don't really... Because the further along we go, and I'm thinking like 2 years down the line when I can actually go and do Endwalker and get the gear with Poetics, that would be difficult because by then I've got a full-time job, Cole's got a probably full-time job, we're both in different areas, and then, you know... Yeah, the shopkeeper's actually in here, apparently, so... He was... Well, yeah, I mean, I would think you would have looked, but I guess he would have kidnapped you too if he would have looked, so... But yeah, you can actually buy items from him now that he's still in here, so... I don't have anything to sell you, do I? No, I could sell him the mayor's note and make him the hero, but I don't think that's a good idea. But yeah, he's got some Pokeballs and some extra potions and stuff in case you need them, so... Revives, full heals, Pokesnacks, I guess. Yeah, he's just hanging around in here. No thoughts, head empty, I suppose. I mean, I guess you could take a break when you need it, so... Oh, he's even asleep up here. Oh, boy. But yeah, I think this is the vitamin shop, right? Yeah, this is the vitamin shop. I might actually put some money towards vitamins in this one. And I'll explain why later, but suffice it to say, there won't be a whole lot of opportunity to get EVs for one particular team member that I'd like to get in this game, so we'll go from there. No, he won't give me a discount for, you know, saving the city. No, that would be too easy. I have to save the whole region first, and even then they won't give me a discount. SMH. Yeah, I don't know. I think the last 14 stream we're going to do is going to be for Shadowbringers. I just think that the logistics are going to be... Oh, okay. I didn't mean to grab you, Duskull. I meant to grab your trainer, who's definitely not... Get back here! I'm going to cut you off at the pass! Stop running! Hang on. Alright, try again. There we go. Yeah, I see that, but it's your Pokemon, right? Yeah, as I thought. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like the logistics are going to be too hard to play 14 after that. And if I'm being honest, I already don't like Shadowbringers very much at all. And okay, so major problems with Shadowbringers that I have is that it has very similar problems to what Stormblood had because none of the player base grilled them on the problems that Stormblood has. But the good is less good and the bad is still just as bad. Again, just my opinion, not saying anybody should necessarily... I get in trouble a lot with my 14 opinion, especially with Cole and his friends. So I'm not saying anybody else needs to share this opinion. That's my opinion on it. And I feel like if I didn't like Stormblood, and I know I don't like Shadowbringers, then continuing to play it is just punishing myself, and... I mean, I guess the internet thinks that's funny, but I don't want to punish myself, so... combination of logistics and just not wanting to play anymore might make Shadowbringers the last 14 stream we played. I don't know why I had to go so long-winded just to say that, but there you go. So, okay, Quillfish is the only other one we got. How about we Helping Hand a Psychic so we can kill like 2 Quillfish with 1 Psychic? You basically watched Shadowbringers the movie and you were not impressed. See, and after our little conversation where I talked to you about some of the major plot points in Shadowbringers, and we were both just like shit-posting on them all, I was like, yeah, I don't think... I don't think Marie's gonna be very impressed at all of this. There are some cool moments. It's just, again... It's just, there's always a little bit of bad at the very least in some cases. There's always something I can look at and be like, I don't know about this. And then when it's bad, it's like, oh my god. Like, you thought the Asm step was bad when we did Stormblood? Oh, just wait until we get to the, what's it called? The Raktika Greatwood. That's the name of the level 65, 75-ish area in Shadowbringers. Wait until we get there and the twist happens there. Oh my god, I get so fucking tilted from that shit. I was ready to burn it all to the ground, believe you me. You're right, I am a peon in disguise. You turned Plague Doctor instead of Healer back before Scholar got super nerfed, so you nuked the step. Fair enough, yeah. Speaking of Plague Doctor, obviously people could tell pretty fairly based on the fact that I have... Sorry, there's an air raid siren going off in the movie my parents are watching in case that's happening in the background. You could probably tell based on the fact that I changed my avatar to a Plague Doctor that that's a pretty decent aesthetic for me. I do like the Plague Doctor aesthetic. But I don't like the Plague Doctor aesthetic in 14 specifically because I don't like the top hat that goes with it. I know what they're referencing with the Plague Doctor mask and the top hat. It's referencing the Weaver mentor guy that gives you all the quests for Weavers, but I don't know. I think I was hoping for like a hood or something instead of a top hat. Because it doesn't look good on me or any character that I put it on, to be honest. And you can't dye it, so it's like... I don't know. It works for some people, but only some, not all, I guess. Remember the capture the flag part of the step? Yeah, oh boy, do I remember that. Use Miasma 1, Bio 2, Bane, some Shadow Flare, and you were watching enemies drop like flies. All you did was use Bane and Ether Flow to get your stacks back. Oh, yeah, that would work pretty good. Yeah, that would definitely work pretty good. Am I worried about Teddy Ursa at all? I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to Helping Hand this Shockwave so it kills Corsola. Gotta use that Helping Hand. We didn't have it to start with in this one, so let's make good use of it now. Curlia could use the help anyway, because Curlia's special attack at the moment leaves a little bit to be desired, but we'll fix that soon. You probably murdered 50 or more NPCs. I wouldn't be shocked. I definitely burned my way through a whole ton of NPCs when I did that instance without even knowing what the hell I was supposed to do, and I almost failed the instance because I didn't know where you were supposed to go. The game gave me absolutely no indication that I was supposed to continue moving forward from what I recall. So, again, I could have just been on a tilt train, which I think I was. I think I was on a tilt train in a soapbox about the Asm Step in general at that point, and that was why I was just standing there killing and killing and killing. So, I don't know. That whole middle section, most of Doma in Stormblood just tilted the fuck out of me, I think, if I remember right. You aren't a Cypher peon, are you? Well, Cypher's taking over the town, so... Sorry, I guess I could have worded that a little differently. You're not a Cypher peon, right? Because Cypher's taking over the town, and you might want to be careful. So... Oop, spot monitor. Perfect timing, because I could use a little more fresh water, and I'm right next to the exit, so I'll go check that in a minute. You almost failed the Warriors of Darkness fight at the end of Heaven's Ward. You didn't know you had to give Alice Ether, you just kept killing the Warriors of Darkness. Oh my god. Yeah. I think they revived 2 times thanks to the Echo. Oh, that's fun. And that was around when they did the thing with Lost City hard mode, was that it? The one where you have the final boss that has re-raise or something. So, I mean, at that point you wouldn't even suspect. It's like, oh, okay, it's like that boss. Whoops. Yeah, your cover's been blown. That's for sure. Well, I will once I kick you guys out of here. I remember that dungeon, yeah. I thought that one was pretty good. It was pretty easy. But I thought it was pretty good. I like the aesthetic of it, and obviously it worked pretty good for me because I've been doing the Scholar Quest, so... I like how I planned that out, too, with the Scholar Quest, where I said, well, you know, there's a whole bunch of, like, dungeons in Amdapor that we haven't done yet, and we're going to be doing the level 60 raids this time, so we should probably clear those out before we go do those, and that'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone anyway, because that'll get us access to the introduction to Diablos and everything like that, so yeah, it was 2 birds, 1 stone. Worked pretty good, I think. You're like, oh, I have to give her ether so I don't die to the Black Mage. Yeah, whoops. No, not quite a KO for either one, but that's okay. Oh, more flail. Good. Ow. Actually hurt a little because Sudowoodo actually has a little bit of attack. Okay, so let's take you out, and then we're good. It's okay, you didn't fail that instance, just cut it really close. Then yeah, it was a success. As long as it's cut close but not quite failure, it's a success. That's good. So I think I'll fight the last trainer that's down here before I go, what's it called? Before I go out and check the spot monitor. I mean, the wild Pokemon's got like 10 snacks to munch on, so it doesn't matter too much. You did, and thank you for the disc case. It will come in handy, but go away. There we go. Oh, there's another Justy guy down here, too. Okay, so I guess there's 2 battles before we go to the thing. Man, I didn't know Phaenax City was getting riddled with bullets. I love dynamic sound. Can you tell? I love that they do that with high and low sounds in movies nowadays. It's my favorite thing. Anyway, this is, yeah, I was gonna say, this is Blue 6, right? Well, I can't tell under the helmet and all the body armor, dude. Like, come on now. Oh, that wasn't pretty, but a win's a win, Malik. Is it Caesar, or does he pronounce it Kaisar? In Tales of Grace's F. I remember Malik. That's the guy that has the mystic art where he shoots a beam out of his back, right? God, Tales of Grace's is a ride that I never jumped on, and I probably should have. Oh well. I skipped over a few Tales games myself. I ended up going straight from, like, Symphonia to, I think I went straight from Symphonia to Xillia, now that I think about it, because Vesperia was exclusive to the Xbox for a while. So I didn't get to play that one. I didn't even know Tales of the Abyss existed until, like, 3 years ago. Grace's F I just never really jumped on at the time. And then I think there was, like, one other one that might have happened in between there, but I think it was, like, PSP exclusive or something. I forget. Or am I thinking of the Vita exclusives? I don't remember. But I definitely went straight from, like, Symphonia to Xillia and didn't play any of the in-betweens. Hell, I still haven't played any of the in-betweens now that I think about it. Actually, no, that's not true. I might have played a little of Tales of the Abyss, but I don't think I liked it that much. I think it had a bit of a slow start, which kind of put me off. I don't know why. Usually slow starts don't put me off, but for some reason that one did. I don't know. It's weird. Excuse me. That was him. You still have your copy? I could probably get a copy of it pretty cheap at the moment, to be honest, because it was on PS3, so... Those usually, I mean, they aren't in circulation anymore, but they're usually not too hard to find. There were PSP exclusive spin-offs, and there were like 3 DS-era games? Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely haven't played most of the Tales series. The only ones that I've played are Symphonia, Xillia, and Xillia 2. And, I don't know, Zestiria and the ones after that never really tripped my trigger either, to be honest. I don't know what it was about Xillia, but, like, when I looked at Zestiria, I was like, no, this isn't Xillia. And it's not, doesn't mean it's a bad thing, it just wasn't... I don't know, it just wasn't the same, I guess. I don't know, I think usually I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to games, but I think in that particular case I wasn't as easy to please. I don't know. Maybe it's because Xillia and Xillia 2 were so damn good, in my opinion, that I just became harder to please. Yeah, just a little bit. Well, it's not so much a uniform as this is. Hearts, Innocence, and Tempest, you think, were the DS Tales of titles. Okay. Innocence sounds like something I have heard about. I don't think I've ever heard of Hearts and Tempest, to be honest. But yeah, that goes to show how much I actually know about the series. I'm trying to think if we're going to play Symphonia now that I think about it, even for the stream, because... I forget, but I feel like it was more difficult to... I think there was, like, problems with the PS3 version, if I remember correctly, that, like, bugs that weren't present in the GameCube version. And I still have the GameCube version, but I'd like to get this GameCube, PS2, and Wii Marathon done before I turn 32, so... And, like, the only couple of... So, we have 3 more GameCube games to play after this. 2 of them are long RPGs, and 1 of them is a shorter-ish action game. So... yeah. There's a studio that was making remakes of all 3 of them. They did Hearts and Innocence, but they ran out of money before they could remake Tempest. Oh, jeez. That's no good. Actually, this works perfectly, because I can Psychic the Coughing and Break the Mightyena. And even through an Intimidate, I'm pretty sure I'll still knock it out. Breloom's got 94 attack, and I have a 9-level advantage. Don't even front. Just knock him straight out. I don't know what my dad's watching up there, but it sounds like a James Bond offshoot. And either my mom is asleep or she's not in the room for some reason, because usually she'll tell him to turn it the hell down because he doesn't need it that high. But I don't know. In case you hear anything, that's what it is. So sucks because Tempest really needed the remake, because Tempest was so bad and divisive that it was demoted from a mainline title to a spin-off. Oh my god. That ever happened before? It's crazy. For a series like Tales that usually has a pretty consistent quality to it, that's pretty crazy. So, let's see. Okay, Curly is almost level 29. That's good. I think I'm going to go rest at the dude's... no, I think what I'll actually do is I'll go to the spot that's... I'll go to the Rock Poke spot and see what we've got there. Then after that, I'm actually going to save in case it is Trapinch. And after we do that, I'm going to go back to Pyrite Town. I'm going to buy some more fresh water. We'll sleep at the Grand Hotel. Well, maybe I'll come sleep here instead, and then we'll go to Pre-Gym. So, oh, yeah, I got to go here first. There we go. You know next to nothing about Tempest, you just know that people hated everything. Battle system, the story, all of it. Oh my god. Do you hear that? I don't know how much you can hear that. My father is watching the Cowboy Bebop Netflix live-action series. He knows nothing about Cowboy Bebop. Where is Rockin' Fun when you need him? Oh my god. How is this happening right now? What the fuck? Oh my lord. It's just a Sandshrew. I'm just gonna knock it out. Sorry, little guy. Oh, you can't hear it, unfortunately? Okay, well that means my fancy dancy box that I have is doing its job, actually, because I've got all this I got all this stuff on it. This studio foam, basically, audio foam, basically, that you'd use in a studio to muffle sound. And that is probably blocking the microphone. So. Oh, you couldn't hear it either? Okay. We're missing out on all the fun. Oh well, I'll just take my word for it. They're both watching Cowboy Bebop. I just don't... I don't even know how I knew that. I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop, but there you go. I just find it funny that that happens, though. Like, you're... Usually it happens with relatives, where they'll, like, watch something on Netflix, and they'll be like, yeah, that was actually pretty good. And I'll be like, did you know it was a 1990s anime? And they were like, what? No way. Yeah, actually. Way. And then they never watch it again. I don't know why that would put them off so badly, but oh, hey, this guy's looking a little better. There you go. Be the bouncer that you always were anyway, and just be, you know, more so. What say we buy some Moo Milk while we're here, huh? That seems like a good idea. Buy some fresh water first, though. And there we go. I'll get like 3 more Moo Milk. We probably won't need it that badly just yet, but I think Breloom and Flareon are starting to push a little bit further up there in terms of the HP values, so... Yeah, I mean, they're getting up there a little bit. They're getting a little closer to the higher amounts. Alright, so now we actually have to go to pre-gym and see what the hell they got going on in there, because I think we've taken care of everything else. Let me think. We took care of Red 6, Yellow 6, Blue 6, Herp 6, Brow 6, and Grease 6. So that takes care of that problem. And I think we fought all the trainers except for the old dude over at the stadium, but you can fight him once you're actually on your way to the stadium. Like I said, that's our ultimate goal, is to get there, but before that, we have to go to pre-gym and see if we can figure out what they've got going on down there, because in case you recall from Coliseum, in pre-gym there was an elevator, and I mean, we haven't really seen the elevator ourselves in this game, but if I'm going to keep any hostages and try to replace them in a town, that would be where I'd put them, is down in that elevator, so we'll see if what they've got going on. Although it is 7:07, isn't it? I'm going to start at like 4:28. Who coordinated this? Evidently someone who really knew what they were doing. But how well did they know what they were doing? Will we be able to bust the townsfolk out of the basement of pre-gym and kick Cypher out of Phaenax City permanently? Or will their administrators decide to show their faces again and get the better of us? Find out on the next episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, the Stream Edition, which will be happening tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I decided on the fly there because I said, oh, we'll be back tomorrow, so we'll just do it then. Yeah, so don't worry about it. But thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. How are Snowrunt and Pineco doing? Let's see. Oh, they're getting there pretty quick. That's good. Yes, I appreciate you coming out to check out the stream, and I will see all of you on the next one tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Did I say daylight time? I meant standard time if I said daylight. Either way, until then, everybody, take care and have a good one. This is too smart for Cypher. Yeah, the way that they started the game, you would think so. Evidently, they've grown a few brain cells since then.